Understand that
We're back.
maybe. Yeah, it'll take a second for everybody to get back in, probably.
But we're back enough.
We're back enough.
Back enough and backing up.
There we go.
There we go. We're good. Much better. Oh yeah.
yeah,
So
that's
okay.
what I'm
All
talking
right. So
about.
sometimes this happens with like OBS and shit like that. Like I've had that happen with me just streaming by myself, and people would be like, "The sound is choppy," and I'm like, "I don't know what the fuck is going on," and then it's just I have to stop the stream and restart it, and then it's fine.
I love that everybody always looks at the audio guy though and is like, "Hey, what's wrong with your shit?"
Right. Cody said, "Hard to watch."
Hard while watching.
Hard while watching.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, so we were.
Oh, I still hadn't said, and so,
Yeah.
okay, welcome back to Blue Skies from the Basement. My name is Austin. Joining me as always is my best friend, the Savage himself, West, and sitting behind the camera back there, helping to produce our show, the wonderful Trey.
What's up?
Yeah. So, I just want to get straight into it
Okay.
before I forget, because I know I'll forget, even though I wrote it down in my notes. So, we went to Barnes & Noble today. And up on the on like one of these like racks things was like a bunch of like ventriloquist like animals, and one of them was a turtle, and I just like with the banana thing and just pulling it out of my pocket, there was like I was thinking about just at one point just pulling the turtle out and going underneath the desk and just talking with the turtle to you and just forcing you to do that like the rest of the show.
Why didn't you?
Because it was $35 and I was like, fuck that. Although I really wanted like
Damn, $35?
yeah, oh yeah, because even Sam was like, the wolf is 40, and I like have it in my hand, and I'm like fucking with him, like, this is gonna be great for the show. And then she was like, well, how much is it though? Because this one says 40, and I looked at it and said 35, and I was like, nah, fuck that, dude.
Man, that's some bias against turtles or something
But-
right there. Why is the turtle cheaper than the wolf?
Right. First of all, turtles are fucking amazing.
Turtles are dope.
But it made me think that I should definitely like just start pulling random shit out on the show and like trying to find different ways to do shit like that. And so I was like, oh, I'm gonna try and start doing that.
You're becoming a prop comedian.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. Oh yeah. I thought it would be fucking hilarious if I was like, yeah, I'm ready to start the show, and then right as Trey like starts it, I just like duck underneath the desk and just pull that out and just like stick it up, and you're like, what are you doing? And I had like one of those other mics already set up underneath, and I was just like, welcome to Blue Skies from the Basement.
Is that why that one's taken down?
No,
You're
I took
ready to-
that. I took that one down because of the camera angle, and
Yeah.
it like the arm kind of sits in the
No,
way.
I know. I'm just jokes.
But yes, that's exactly why I did that. But no,
Yeah.
I thought it would have been funny, but it was too much money, and I didn't want to fucking spend $35 on that.
Yeah, you can't, not for a prop.
Nah,
Yeah.
fuck that shit.
When else are you going to use that? I mean, you have a kid. You could use it with the kid.
Well, yeah, true. I did get Amelia, if we really want to really get into this real quick.
I do.
I did get Amelia a small skateboard.
Oh, I saw it.
Yeah, from Five and Below. And then while we were at Barnes & Noble, I got her a book.
Okay.
You guys want to see what book I got her?
Oh, yeah, you did mention you had a book for us. This is the book?
And, okay, so coming from the last show that we had, right? Okay, so this is this is the book that I got her. It's called Go the Fuck to Sleep.
Oh, I've seen this before. Yeah.
And if you guys want to hear the first little snippet for this,
Go the fuck to sleep.
I'll go ahead and read you the first couple pages. The cats nestle close to their kittens. The lambs have lain down with the sheep. You're cozy and warm in your bed, my dear. Please go the fuck to sleep. The windows are dark in the town, child. The whales huddle down in the deep. I'll read you one very last book if you swear you'll go the fuck to sleep. And it just keeps going on like that, and it cracked me up, and I was like, I gotta fucking... Did you just snap? But I was reading... I think I've seen this before, too.
Yeah.
And then when I saw it and started reading it again, I was like, I have to fucking get this.
I'm pretty sure one of my family like gifted that to us for one of the baby showers, and as like a joke.
Like a gag
Yeah,
gift.
yeah. But definitely have thought of, back then, definitely had thought about reading it to the kids. And now I'm still like, why the fuck are you guys still awake? And we
Yeah.
have the wood floors, so I can like, when I'm down in the basement, I can just hear them. And then they think they're sneaky. Yeah, it's like, I hear you running around.
Oh, yeah. The only thing is that we have carpet on the stairs that go from like where the bedrooms are down to like the living room, and like I'll hear Amelia like open her door, but I don't hear her go down the stairs. And the stairs like creak, like you can hear when somebody walk, but she's too light, like it doesn't work with her.
She's a ninja.
Yeah. Although she fucking stomps around the rest of the goddamn house like a fucking ogre, dude.
Bro,
It's like,
my kids do that too.
I'm like, can you just not stomp? Like, I get that you're like running around, but like, be a little bit more light-footed. Holy shit, I can hear you like throughout the entire house.
My whole thing was like, do you see how much bigger I am than you? Now listen to me walk.
Yeah.
Makes so much less noise than you little shits.
I need you to chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
And go the fuck to sleep.
Mm-hmm. No, I'll fucking storm up the basement stairs when it's like 11 at night. Be like, because I hear them fucking pitter pattering upstairs in their rooms. They hear me coming up the stairs. They're both pretend to be tucked into bed.
Cody
Ollie
said-
usually gets under a blanket.
I mean, I like to sleep underneath the blanket.
No, but he does like the tablet is up on his knees and he's under the blanket. Like I can't fucking see him.
Can't see the light shining through the blanket.
Right.
Oh shit. Oh, it must be now streaming on Twitch, or maybe the thing was that. But Cody said talk with those puppets that one guy makes.
Which one guy?
Right. I don't know what guy you're talking about, but just do a whole show like that. We definitely could do a whole show like that, and I think it would be pretty funny if we could do that. Just get like both the cameras and like put them like super close,
Yeah.
and just have one on your little puppet, one on mine, and we just hide underneath the desk, and then we just fucking sit
Can I
here.
hear your puppet voice?
It would still be my voice. Like I'm not gonna change my voice up. It would just be my voice.
That would be
That's
weird if he's just like, hello. It's just,
I was thinking, something a little more Sesame Street. Like,
Oh.
hey there, Austin. I don't know why I went kind of Mickey
What
Mouse.
would
but-
be like a turtle sounding like?
What was that one turtle character in that
hey
one?
there,
cartoon?
Wes.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? Welcome to Blue Skies from the Basement.
That's not bad.
My name is Austin. Joining me as fucking always is my best friend, the Savage himself, Wes.
that's actually a perfect puppet voice.
Yeah. That was fantastic.
Literally close my eyes and imagine a puppet. That was
Yeah.
pretty good.
I saw it for a second.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh
I'm
shit!
glad I asked.
I'll have to remember that if I ever do decide to go spend $35 on a fucking shitty ass stuffed puppet.
Barnes and Noble do be expensive though. Like, why is everything in there way too expensive?
Well, like the mouth too is not like something I could fit my whole hand in. It would be my hand like 2 fingers and my thumb. So after a while, I'm sure it would get like
Tell
it
me
would start hurting.
more about how much of your hand you can fit in the mouth. I like that part of the story.
I like that part of the story.
I think
Oh,
the sunglasses
shit.
makes everything you guys say funnier. It's weird. It's like a weird amplifier. It's like an RPG. It's like sunglasses plus 5 charisma.
Bro, I'm never taking these off again.
Dude, I think it should be like a staple on the show now. We just wear sunglasses every time. And okay.
'Cause them skies too blue.
Hey! But after this
Bad
point, we
show.
never say anything about the sunglasses. Like with the creators of South Park when they like took acid and wore the dresses to the Grammys or whatever.
Yeah.
And then every time that they would try and ask them about every time they tried to ask them about the dresses, they'd be like, "Man, everybody's just, having a great time tonight." Like they would never actually acknowledge it. And I think that we should do that with people, like when we have
funny.
guests
I
on.
never knew that part of that whole thing. Like I knew about the acid in their dresses, but I never watched, so I never knew that they just denied it.
It was in an interview later on that they
Right.
like specifically said that too, that they were like, we're just not going to acknowledge it. So when anybody asks us, we're just going to like say, oh, it's just such an amazing night, and like everybody's just having a wonderful time. And like I feel like we should do that, but with the guest anytime they ask about the sunglasses, and just completely like blow it off. We have Cordy from work on. They're like, "Why are you wearing the sunglasses, man? You guys are just a really great band, and tonight is just a really great night, and I'm just so excited to be here."
Briggs.
Briggs is talking to you guys right now on the screen. Who is Briggs?
What?
Oh, no. What do you mean, who is Briggs? Who is that in chat?
Cody.
Okay. And then what does Cody have? Children.
Oh, I was gonna say chlamydia, but because the other thing I was gonna say was way more fucked up, and so I was like, "Oh, let me think of something else." And you said kids before I could think of something else. Oh God. I guess the easier answer would have been a mental illness, but you know.
Don't we all?
Baby, I got the clap, and I'm giving it to you.
Clap on, clap on.
Oh shit.
Fuck. Why are you checking your phone right now?
Oh, because my dad was saying it. Andrea covered up. She's awake and uncovered. Do you want me to go cover her up?
Deferred context, it's a bird.
Susan, stop it. I forgot that he has cameras. Fucking cooing like crazy. Oh. Is Briggs enjoying? I forgot. I'm sorry. Listen, it's been a long day. I totally forgot that. I forgot.
It's all good. It happens.
Why can we not just have like a normal episode where nobody leaves us, or like everybody leaves us the fuck alone? Why are you now all of a sudden like up our ass?
Susan.
And then my dad's
bet she
like
needs to go
messaging me. I told Honesty to fucking take her out before she left.
Maybe they did. Shit, I don't know.
Well, if she needs to go out, I'll take her out.
Maybe she's just chilling. Doesn't seem that urgent.
She just wants attention.
Yeah.
Chat, give the dog attention.
So will somebody please pay attention to my dog? Just go lay down, Susan. Go lay down.
Damn, we need to put Susan in like a caged area of the house and just give her a cam.
Just give her a camera. There's people that do that with streams. Like,
Yeah.
they'll have like a cat camera or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Hassan just got a dog, and he does that on stream now.
Piker?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay.
You judge him a little hard. I think you're judging it based off of old content and not the newer shit.
I mean, I don't know.
What was his old content?
Some of his
A little
newer
cringier.
stuff.
A little
still,
cringy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely got some takes where I'm like, eh.
Yikes.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I'm not trying to hate on the dude.
No,
I
I
mean,
just-
no. Like,
Yeah, I just, every time I've ever brought him up, you kind of go, yeah.
Oh, shit.
It's not like
Maybe.
I love the guy. I'm just bringing it up as an example.
I'm over here like, man, just go suck his dick already. And you're like, dude, chill. Daddy, chill.
Oh, wait.
Dude, that's one of
I
my
forgot I
favorite
had
clips on the
The
internet.
fucking new... Well, it's not new. It's actually me being lazy. But... Why is it not... Motherfuck.
My dad was like, are you home?
Daddy, chill.
There you go.
There we
Yeah.
go.
But my dad was like, are you home? And I'm like, well, yeah. It's Saturday. What else am I going to do?
It's Saturday.
Anything else during your week that was of note? Besides Barnes & Noble and turtle puppets?
One of my buddies got ran over by a truck on the way to work. And I mean, like, ran over in his Audi R8. Like a nice car. And...
I thought you meant, like, his body
Oh, his
got
body.
ran
No,
over.
no, no, no. He was in his car, but there was a, like,
I thought we were about to
lifted...
hear about a death.
There was like a lifted truck that was next to him in the fast lane, and he like just came over into the middle lane and just like literally like, because it was like a lifted truck and he's got like an Audi R8, it
Yeah.
just literally went over and like totaled his fucking car.
Damn, that
He got
sucks.
lucky that he didn't get fucking crushed though. That was like the main thing, and I told him too. I was like, I mean, the car can be replaced, buddy. You can. I'm glad that you're still here at least.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
I mean, still that Audi R8, though. I don't know anything about
It's a nice car. It's a nice car. Yeah, I feel bad for him, but he's like, I had full coverage on it and everything, so I ain't worried about it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, at least he's okay. You still figuring out the bird situation?
Oh yeah, I forgot to turn on her lights and shit, so I'm just gonna go cover her up.
Okay.
I'll be back.
There's a whole ass bird up there that needs attention as well.
There's a whole caw. You hear it? Caw! Oh my god, that whole ass bird.
It's a whole ass bird. I got new sounds that I put on this app and plugged that in. So, because I was gonna put more sounds on here, but I had to move. I sent the fucking picture of it. Had to move like 20 gigs before I could put more shit on there.
Jeez.
So I was just like, fuck it, I'll download an app and make a soundboard on there and then steal sounds from that as well. So I've got all the standards.
I really like
Of course, this one.
What do you like about corn?
It's cold.
Yeah, all the standards.
Holy shit.
Alright, that's gonna be perfect for a lot of things. Yep. It's gonna come in handy.
There's more of. Oh, I have Wiz Khalifa laughing.
I don't know why that got me. That was so dumb.
I like it. It's very good.
And like a lot of us are really smart. I'm really smart.
Okay.
Of course, I have to have a couple Trump ones in there.
Oh, that's who that was?
Yeah.
I was like, that guy sounds like a fucking nerd, too. I wonder why.
I think this is a yelly one. Why is it not working?
Google it!
Yeah.
Google it! Google it!
Sweet.
Yeah.
Damn, got a lot of bangers in there.
My name is Jeff.
I meant to play that when he introduced me, but my name's not Jeff. Just for chat. My name is Wiz. Not Jeff.
Jeff.
Yeah, boy.
It's the fucking another classic meme sound.
You know what I wish we had? Fucking Tuco. When he's like, tight, 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 tight. Breaking Bad.
There was a couple Breaking Bad ones that I saw. There might be. Let me see if there is Tuco.
That'd be sweet.
I think they're in alphabetical order too. It's nice. There's not a Tuco.
Damn. I would love that. I like that show too much. It's ruined TV for me. I'm like every other show. I'm like, this isn't as good as Breaking Bad.
I have this one.
My name is Walter Hartwell White. I live at 308 Negra Arroyo Lane, Albuquerque, New Mexico, 87104.
Just using that as a response to anything.
Yeah, I'm not sure why anybody made that a soundboard sound, but it's there.
Oh, it's funny. I hear people use saying they need to call in for a Power Hoover Model 6 as a euphemism for disappearing.
What?
Because of Breaking Bad.
Holy
'Cause
shit.
when they wanted to disappear, they'd be like, alright, here's a number. Call this guy and ask for like a Power Hoover vacuum fucking number 6. And like he'll tell you to meet him somewhere.
Yeah.
And now people use that as a euphemism to just disappear.
Damn.
It's fucking funny.
That was one of the last shows that really did that. To where everybody, I mean, Game of Thrones did too. I'm trying to think of like what's a more recent one that ever. I mean, Mandalorian, like people are real into.
Oh, that people freaked out about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Break. Damn. What was the last show?
I mean, everything's more like segmented. Now.
Yeah, everyone watches their own shit.
Yeah, and then they have like a shitload of people that they talk to about their stuff, and it feels like.
Lost was pretty big for a while, right?
Yeah, that was back.
The
when
Wire. I never watched The Wire.
I still need to go back and watch that. I hear it's fucking amazing, but
I hear that too. I watched Lost. It was okay.
yeah.
I mean, I watched. It was cool all the way through, and then a while afterwards, I was like, man, that show was nonsense. That show was like, what the fuck? A computer that controls a magnet that will crush. What the fuck even happened in that show?
Yeah.
It's kind of wacky.
There was some,
but it was
great
fun
acting.
to watch.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I like really enjoyed watching that with my mom.
What's up? We're talking about shows, man. What's your favorite show?
That's a fucking loaded question.
That's a loaded question. Gee, how many shows you watch, man?
I have a few different. If you want to talk about like humor and shit like that, Letterkenny, Shoresy.
Letterkenny.
Yeah,
I knew you were gonna say
Shoresy,
that.
2 favorite shows, and then Peaky Blinders is definitely one of my favorite shows. Also,
that was coming.
Midnight Gospel is also a great fucking show.
I'll agree with you on that one.
Yeah,
Midnight
absolutely
Gospel's
love
great.
Midnight Gospel. That's a good one. Like takes you for a roller coaster throughout the whole fucking series. Like, yeah, and I would love to have a second season for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that if he did a second season, it would be just as climactic at the end, but not as, you know, depressing, I guess. Like when you really find out, you know, the shit. Yeah.
Yeah. No spoilers.
Right.
Watch
Right.
Have you seen Breaking Bad?
I've seen a little bit of it. Yeah, I've seen a few
What
seasons
do you
of
mean
it.
a little bit?
I've seen a few
What are you
seasons. I've
talking
like
about?
maybe four seasons of it. I've seen. I mean, like shows that, because I'm the type of person that I'll watch a show and then not want to go back and rewatch it. So if it's a show that I want to go back and rewatch it, like later on when I just don't have anything to watch and I'm like, oh yeah, I can go ahead and go back and rewatch this. That's where I'm like, or like a movie. So like, the Boondock Saints, like 1 and 2. I love both those movies. I can go back and watch those like any fucking time. Absolutely love those movies. Like Deadpool, I can go back and watch that like as many times as I want to. I'm definitely the type of person that's like, once I've seen it, I know it.
Right.
I might not be able to remember everything, like just off the riff, but as I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, I know what happens next, and then it just like ruins it for me, and it's not entertaining to me, and it's not fun because I already know what's gonna happen. I already know what's like gonna be said and everything else. But
That's why it has to be amazing.
I mean,
why it has
that's
to be
I mean,
fucking
to me, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why Letterkenny and, you know,
Yeah.
Shoresy, those types of shows like Peaky Blinders. I'm rewatching Peaky Blinders right now, actually.
What about movies?
Rick and Morty is another great one. Like I said, Boondock Saints 1 and 2, Deadpool. Not very many movies.
Yeah, movies suck.
Yeah,
No, I'm kidding. Movies are amazing. I'm
yeah.
not patient enough. Movies are incredible.
I did go back and watch Hardcore Henry. I thought that was a great fucking movie.
For Henry, is that one of those first-person movies?
Yeah.
I never watched that one.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
Wait a minute, I might have watched that one. Is he like a clone or? Oh, spoilers, I guess.
I don't quite remember.
I don't
To
remember.
be honest with you.
The only
But-
other one that I can think of that's like that is this movie called Gamer. It's like
Yeah.
you're
With
Oh yeah,
dude from
yeah.
300,
yeah.
Gerard Butler.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like a prisoner, and then
Yeah,
it's like the
you gotta
kid
fight for
that's
your
in
freedom.
the but the kid is controlling him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a scene where he like orders a really high proof alcohol and he drinks it all, like chugs it all, and then he pukes it into a fucking gas tank and pisses in it to get a car started to escape. I was like, that's absurd.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's really hard for me to find like TV shows and movies that I like because, like, especially I feel like a lot of movies and shit nowadays like are like, I hate it because I can predict what's going to happen, and Honesty hates it with me too because I finally was like, I won't say anything, but there'd be so many times where we'd be watching a movie and I'd be like, oh, this is about to happen, and then it happened, and Honesty would be like, can you shut the fuck up? Like, please, like, you're ruining the movie for me. Because now I'm expecting that to happen, and then it happens, and I'm like, well, it's just like, you can tell what the fuck a movie's gonna do. The Kingsman, that whole series, loved that.
Yeah,
I love the
those
Kingsman.
movies are fun.
Yeah, those are good. I like for there to be action and humor in a movie, like, for sure.
Yeah.
Or if it's just like humor, like the any Adam Sandler movie. Let's be real here.
I don't like Adam Sandler's humor at all.
Some people do, some people don't.
It's
I
a hit or
mean,
miss thing.
I like
yeah,
a lot
sure.
more of his older shit than I do his newer shit. Like,
To answer
for
your
sure.
question, Cody, I've seen Enter the Void
will.
on acid.
No.
I wanted to answer that question as well. I didn't do acid. I don't know what the fuck that would be like. I was just really high.
The end was a little traumatizing seeing on
Yeah,
acid.
I could imagine.
But the rest was awesome.
It's a real slow burn into
Yeah.
like just a psychedelic nonsense fucking death trip. And it's,
Oof.
I don't know if you would like it,
Probably
but
not.
it's very
It's
interesting.
kinda
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool until the end, and you're like, Oh man, I'm thinking about death on acid.
Yeah.
That's the worst ever.
It's fucked up, man.
Speaking of acid and like watching stuff, but the first time that I ever heard acid rap by Chance the Rapper was on acid.
Nice.
And
That's
that-
how it's supposed to be.
That
listened
was
to.
a whole fucking experience. It was at Angelica's house, and Alan was the one that put it on.
Yeah, of course.
And, oh yeah, of
Alan
course.
has great taste in music.
Yeah, and he put it on, and yeah, it's a whole fucking roller coaster, especially when you're on acid, dude. It's like, oh fuck, dude. And I've been in love with that album ever since. Like, I got my cocoa butter kisses.
Yeah, no, my first acid trip, I listened to acid rap.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
It was incredible.
That definitely was not my first acid trip when I heard that. I had
I'll
definitely
never
done acid
forget.
a shit ton of times before that.
It was me and two of my cousins. I love those guys. We don't talk much anymore, but I love those guys to death, man. That was a great time. It was fucking 8 hours on acid in our uncle's basement.
Oh, dude.
And it was fun the whole time, man. It was fun the whole time.
Yeah, the first time I did acid, I didn't really do anything cool. I just ate a bunch of food, got up on the counter half naked.
Oh yeah, that's right. I
couldn't-
forgot about this story.
I couldn't figure out how to get juice, and I really wanted juice.
Crystal just goes to you naked on the fucking counter.
Yeah. I said half naked to protect myself a little bit, but no, it was fully
I'm
naked.
sorry.
No, I'll tell the truth. But before that, I was watching Adventure Time,
man.
which seemed like a good choice. It's like fun and a little trippy, and they even have the DMT episode. So I think I was trying to find that and couldn't, and just put on an episode. Crystal calls me as I'm like coming up and watching Adventure Time. I pause it. I'm absolutely sure that I paused it. And as I'm talking to her, I'm just still watching Adventure Time. Like
Oh,
my mind
shit.
was just generated more Adventure Time, or at least like the
Oh,
characters
shit.
were moving in a way that was believable enough that I was like, "What the fuck?" As I'm talking to Crystal, and I was like, "I gotta go, babe," and then I was like, "Remote play." That's when I went to go get juice.
That's nuts.
I just love the beginning of that album, like.
Oh,
"Even
yeah.
better than I was the last time, baby. Ooh, ooh,
I had a
ooh,
friend
ooh."
in high school who had a bad trip on acid, stripped naked, and ran outside yelling and uprooting mailboxes in his neighborhood.
I mean,
That's wild, man. Everyone always has a story like that, man.
We do too,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah, we had
Oh.
a buddy who like went off the deep end. Basically,
shit.
well, wasn't taking care of himself, drinking a lot, like
He's
doing
better
acid.
now.
But yeah, he's doing, as far from what we've heard, he's doing fucking
I
fantastic
talked
now.
to Micah recently and fucking got some confirmation that Kobe was like cool with me still.
Oh hell yeah. I wonder. I highly doubt it. I was a piece of shit back then, but who knows? I don't know. And taking a drink to that one.
He sent me a video from the park where it was like the last time I hugged Colby before
Oh,
that all happened.
oh,
And I was like, "Ow, Micah! Damn, my
Jesus
heart,
Christ, dude.
the feelings." Yeah. Anyway, I probably shouldn't be saying all the names.
Got arrested, sedated, and not charged. Shout out white suburban privilege. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah. Jesus.
I miss Kobe. Yeah, we all do. That dude was a fucking shredder. And probably still is to this day. Let's be real here.
Oh yeah. Once a shredder, always a shredder.
Once a shredder, always a... Okay.
Well,
Okay.
Shut up.
Okay. Okay.
I'm too humble for this.
All the times I'm like, yeah, this is my friend Wes, and he fucking shreds, and he's like, nah.
I don't like it.
I don't give a fuck whether you like it or not. I'm telling the truth, man.
I've always like when people are like, "Are you
speak the
sponsored?"
truth.
I'm like, "Nah, I just do this because I like it. I don't. It's fun for me."
That's when you know you're good, when people are like, are you sponsored? And you're like, nah. He's so nonchalant about it, too. He's just like, nah. Nah, I just do this for fun.
Alright, stop.
Dude's a fucking G on the board. Hell yeah. I tell everyone about Wes. Dude, same. I mean, I also do
Fucking stop.
I also do a podcast with him, too. So, like, I end up talking to people, and I'm like, yeah, I do a podcast, too. And I do it with my best friend, Wes. And, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I'm glad everybody loves me.
Very
nice feeling.
Whoa.
Well, not definitely not.
I didn't say I love you.
Oh, okay. Alright.
I'm just kidding. We definitely okay. So, seeing you this morning, and I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
that was this fucking morning.
Right,
Why
exact-
does that feel like okay?
seeing you. Well, okay. So this morning for me, at night for you.
Yeah, that's
technically.
like almost my bedtime when
Yeah.
you came in.
Yeah, and I was like, "What's up, Wes?" And you were like, "Oh shit, what's up, dude?" And the dude behind me like just kind of giggled. It was like, because he was like, I was standing right next to him, and I bet he was looking at me like, "The fuck are you standing here for?"
Yeah.
And I finally said, "What's up to you?" And the dude kind of giggled behind me, and it like made me giggle on the inside a little bit. And I was like, "Yeah, that was cute, wasn't it?"
What I loved about that interaction too was I said a few things to you like, "Oh, hey, what fucking? This is my best friend."
Yeah.
The guy I do the podcast with, and then I was like, "I gotta go get more cheese." And you were like, "I actually gotta go."
I did. I didn't want to be late to work, and I had to shit too. So I didn't want to get to work and then have to go shit and then be late and then be like, "Oh, well, fucking late again." And so I was like, I'm gonna try and get to work on like really early and take a shit. That way, when I'm done with my shit, I can actually show up on time.
Yeah.
Or else I would have stuck around for a little bit. But yeah, I bet you the dudes that were like standing there waiting on their food was like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, have you guys not seen each other in a long time, or like what? And we're like, no, we just saw each other like 2 days ago.
Yeah, we're always like this.
Yeah, we're always like this. And we're like, I love you as we leave. And this black dude standing there is like, the fuck is going on? Fucking white people.
Yeah, the crew that comes into my location is like we're right next to a strip club, so we get some characters in there.
Oh,
and
I'm sure.
it's fun though. It's fun.
I think I would love to just sit at one of the tables and just watch.
Yeah.
Cause you know me, I'm such a people watcher. I think I would love to just sit there and watch it, like for a night and just see the fucking crazy shit that goes on, especially a fucking Friday night, dude.
Yeah. That Friday
Oh,
wasn't too
shit.
crazy. Apparently, it gets crazier.
Oh, cool.
Speaking of stuff that happened during my week, I used to work at Pizza Hut for like a little over a month.
Yeah.
And then I got T-boned, and I was like, fuck that job.
Fuck that.
But I'm still in the group chat for Pizza Hut, and like the manager and all the other employees.
No, wait, you still are?
Yeah, I'm still in the group chat. And
Because we talked about this before.
yeah, well, so I get sent the schedules all the time. Like you can see, like
Yeah.
this is after I quit. I never actually said I quit. I stopped coming in.
And they were like, well, this happens all the time. He
Yeah.
quit.
Yeah, but then she started a new. The manager started a new group text and still included me in it.
Just hoping that you show back up.
If you're wondering if Pizza Hut is well run,
This is your answer.
they send test to the group chat as the first. Like it's not gonna work. Like they don't understand how text works. Also, it's hilarious that this is how we get our schedules. It's a picture of a printout of a schedule.
Oh my god.
Sorry, Pizza Hut, not to blow up your spot. But so yeah, you can see I got sent all that, and that's after I already was not coming in. And then today I woke up to a shitload of texts. I was like, ooh, what happened in the group chat? So the manager's like, I need a 2-week request off time from now on forward. If you are on the schedule, and also they're using like, if you, like the letter U, are on the schedule, you do not show up for work. So, fucking...
What?
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to make sense of that.
If you were on the schedule and you do not show up for work,
Yeah, you will no longer work here. But there was a period in the middle of that. Putting your day requesting off after schedule is done is not accepted. So bad grammar included there. And then she sends game over. Like game over, man. And then mandatory meeting Monday 2 p.m. If you don't come, you're fired.
Jesus.
A lot of the people who work there are like teens who are like still in school, and like school doesn't let out till like 3:30, 4 o'clock or something like that.
They're like, I don't give a fuck about this job, first of all.
Yeah. Well, we'll get there. I'm exposing all of the. Sorry, everybody I used to work with. I did tell someone about the podcast. Hi.
If you're watching, hi.
But this is some bullshit. Like I responded at one because I'm at this point I'm just like waking up and reading this. So mandatory meeting Monday at 2. If you're not there, you're fired. So one of the teens is like still going to be in school at 2.
Yeah.
And then you know when you have an Android and everybody else has an iPhone and it's like when they react to it, it just texts what the reaction is to you.
Yeah.
So it was emphasized still going to be in school at 2. And then she goes, "Oh well, that's on you. I'm done." So
That's on you. I'm
this
done.
manager's just flipping out.
Well, luckily you're not gonna have at least 2 employees showing up
Yeah. And
that are fired.
she goes, "Final conversation," and then somebody else emphasized still going to be in school at 2. And then she's like, "You're a driver, not a part of the inside team." Holy shit!
Jesus. Like, you don't really matter.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
And then she was like, "Fine, change the time to 4 p.m. instead of 2 p.m." And then the dude was like, "My game starts at 4, and it's an away game."
You should have been like, I have a colonoscopy at 4.
Yeah, I'm still like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh shit, I gotta go let Susan back in.
Okay.
Oh shit.
I'll explain more about how terrible his job was before I continue, because it gets funny from here on. But yeah, if you're wondering what Pizza Hut is like,
Some more bullshit. All fast food is trash to work.
yeah. Well, and I love the marketing and advertising compared to what actually happens in the kitchen, where it's like it's a hand tossed pizza, and it's like, no, those come like prepackaged in like that thing, and then we just stretch the edges out so it looks like it was hand tossed. We're not hand tossing any pizzas inside Pizza Hut.
And that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a skill set that Pizza Hut employees do not have.
Yeah, that was not part of the training. How to toss a dough. It was
It doesn't seem like it'd be that hard, honestly.
no. It can't be that hard.
Maybe it is. I feel like it would fall apart in my hands.
No, you got to do the dough right. You got to do the dough right. I do like Pizza Hut's dough though.
Pizza Hut's alright. I think Papa John's is like my favorite. I don't know why,
Man,
but just barely.
I like the crust and stuff, but I don't like
crust.
the sweet sauce gets me. I don't like the sweet sauce.
It is kind of sweet.
Yeah. It's like dessert pizza. Okay. All right.
Trippy
Sorry.
the Kid. That sounds familiar. That sounds like something my cousin would call himself. Start rapping.
All right.
Trippy the Kid.
So we were at game starts at 4. It's an away game. Somebody else is just like, okay, out of nowhere. Just randomly, this is the first time in the conversation, they just agree with everything. They're like, okay. And then she goes, the manager, won't say the name, "You're fired." Actually, she says, "You fired, as of now." And somebody else is like, "Oh, I guess I am too then. I got a track meet on Monday." And she's like, "Yep, you're fired too."
Well, look like you don't have fucking people coming in, you dumb bitch.
So we're at 3. That's 3 people who are like, "You're just fired now."
Holy shit, dude.
And then somebody else is like, "I'm going with my dad for," I'm not going to say why, medical reasons. And
to a colonoscopy.
to a colonoscopy, yeah. Anyway, his dad's got a colonoscopy. And he needs to go with him. And then she goes, "Anybody else?" Like, now she's like daring people.
and that's where if I worked at a Pizza Hut, I would just say something just to get fucking fired at this point, and just be like, you're gonna have literally nobody come in at this point. Like, you're gonna have no squad at all.
One dude's just like, I'm just not feeling well.
I feel like that would be me. I'm gonna be sick that day.
I'm going to be sick.
Susan. Susan.
Susan.
Susan. Going in the back.
So then somebody starts to have a sense of humor about it, because she's like, "Anybody else?" And then this person's like, "Larry, we all fired." Don't even explain nothing else to her.
Larry, we all fired.
Fucking great. At this point, I'm fully awake, sitting up in bed, dying.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It would be at that point where it's like, well, looks like we're all fired.
And
Fuck
then
it.
she confirms it. She goes, "You fired too, Larry." I shit you not. You can read this. It's written like I'm not making this up. Yep, you can't be at meeting. You fired. meeting at 4 p.m. on Monday. That's all I have to say. So she's like, if you can't make it to this fucking meeting at Pizza Hut, you're fired. And then she got this dude's name wrong, and he corrects her. He goes, actually, this is my name. And then somebody sends the Michael Jackson eating popcorn.
That should have been you. That should have been you.
I wish I had something more funny to say, but finally, after that, I was like, well, I'm going to chime in. It's funny that I'm still in this. So I was like, laugh my ass off. I'm still in this group text.
I was hoping you'd be like, I'll come in.
I'm not doing shit Monday at 4.
Oh, shit.
I was like, I dodged a bullet, I guess. Good luck and good life to y'all.
Jesus.
And guess I'm fired too. I have a catering event on Monday. Anybody needing a job? So now they're like all like, you can come work at this warehouse with me.
Like,
Basically,
like they're trying to help
way.
each other out.
in the chat with the manager. And then people are like, "Yeah, put me on that job. Recommend me." And somebody else is like, "Same." It's like
They should just send an app into the chat.
And they're like, bet, yeah, me too. And then they start asking each other how everyone's been, like just ignoring her at this point.
Because you're all fired anyways, so what the fuck is the point?
And then finally it all ends with, nice way to speedrun burning a store down. No response after that. It's just, all day it's just been that.
Oh my god.
And
That's
then,
nonsense.
But wait, there's more.
and nobody responded to this. There was 13 members in the original one, so 4 people definitely fired, because now there's only 9 in this one. But I'm still fucking included in this new one that she started.
So really, who knows? I mean,
Yeah, I could still be hired though. I'm gonna get a really weird W-2 at the end of this fucking year.
You should just show up one day and see what they say.
They need the help. I'm sure she'd be like, fuck it, whatever.
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. And then she'd be like, "Nah, I'm just fucking with you. Just leave. What do you got to lose? Not that job."
Right, yeah. Yeah. So then, this is from like when I woke up around noon to all the way to 7:45 p.m. She just goes, new chat, and then nobody responds. Fucking ghost town. The 9 people who are left in the group are like, no.
God.
You should message back right now and be like, "Hey, my dad has a colonoscopy at 4 p.m. I can't make that meeting," and see what happens.
That's so awesome.
Oh my god. Yo, how the fuck do I sub? You can't, because we don't have enough like followers. We're not an affiliate yet on this new channel, so you can't sub to the.
You can help us do that though. We're close.
Yeah. You just got to keep watching, get more people to follow. I think we have to have like 50 followers. We have to have an average viewers of 3 for all of our shows, all on Twitch, and then we have to stream for like 7 days or some shit like that, I think.
Stop, TikTok. Stop. I don't want you to play. I just want to go to my DMs without you automatically playing a video.
Why are you interrupting me?
I'm sorry.
Why are you-
because I was
I was
setting up
trying
my
to-
next thing.
Okay, well, I was trying to explain this to Cody. And then
Okay.
you just...
Okay.
Okay.
You do your little thing you're doing over there.
But yeah, we have to. But we don't stream like 7 days out of the month on this channel, so that's gonna be a little hard for us to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have to have an average of 3.
Side stuff.
I mean, we could do like a midweek, like one of those days where
Yeah.
we just like do like a midweek like over the internet type Discord shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we could do that.
I mean, we sometimes are in the Discord anyway. And now that I'm on the new schedule, I have like up until 9:30 free.
Okay.
So we
Up until 9:30. I don't get on until after 9 though. It's the only problem.
Nah, motherfucker.
Yeah, you go to work and I got a kid and
Yeah.
that doesn't go to bed until 9 o'clock, and then I get on my computer after that. So I don't know what the fuck you want me to do here. But one of the days where you're not working though, throughout the week, and then you can get on when I get on, and then we can do that.
Okay.
And then I'll touch your wiener.
Okay.
Okay. See, it all works out. Everybody's happy. Wes is gonna be extremely happy, but you know.
What the? Okay.
What's the new Twitch? Blue Sftb.
Yes.
blue, and then capital SFTB.
It doesn't have to be capitalized. You can find it either way.
Nope.
It doesn't, because it forces you to have it lowercase in the channel anyway.
Nope. You need to capitalize it.
Why? Okay. Okay.
I'm telling Kyle that that's what he has to do. Okay.
And I'm trying to help our friend and our viewers out and be like, no, you don't actually have to do that. You're just being the force of chaos right now.
I mean, somewhat, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so this one's a little shorter than the Pizza Hut thing.
Okay.
But I do have an update on my TikTok stalker. And I sent like the... actually, they can see it if you scroll up in this. I don't need my notes. I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Just back down. Right there.
Yeah, right there.
Click on that, and then switch over to the...
So now that I know that you watch the show, and that you won't tell me who you are, and I've shared our conversations already, I feel comfortable doing this now, whoever the fuck this is. But so I was like, just not responding to this person still. I was watching all the videos they sent me though. And they can see that you watched them, so he like knows that I'm seeing this shit. Or she. I don't know who this person is.
It's Kyle.
I feel like it has to be.
It's gotta be Kyle, dude. Now that I'm thinking about it, this is fucking
I
Kyle.
asked Kyle though.
No, okay, but Kyle was fucked with me before too, and I asked him, and he completely denied it at first, and then later on was like, "Oh yeah, no, that was me." Like, this is fucking Kyle, and we've seen his For You page too. Is a bunch of fucked up shit like this also.
Is it? Yeah, is it the mentally handicapped stuff though? Like,
I don't know.
He sent me like 30 Down syndrome videos. Like,
Yo, that's plankton eating a perk.
Look, he knows what it is. He knows what it is. He knows what the profile pic is. It's fucking him. I'm telling you.
He's reacting to
It's either him. It's either him or it's fucking Logan. One of the two. And they're in a coup together.
God damn it.
I'm convinced. I would have taken credit for it by now. I don't know, man, because you can keep going with this shit. You knew that you could keep this going. There was not like a...
And for the record, I called you a stalker, not a creep. But I guess stalking is creepy. But that's not what I meant by stalker. Just to set the record straight, whoever the... Kyle.
From now on, this guy's name is not user 5262265404910. It is now Kyle.
Yeah, and he was like, you wouldn't like me when I'm angry. And then he was like, I'm an advanced AI algorithm developed by graduate students from Oxford University and released onto TikTok.
Tell me this is not Kyle!
If you like TikToks, you can enjoy. Please make note, and I can update the algorithm. Thanks. Management.
No, this is...
I saw your little podcast.
And here's...
Rude to call me a stalker. Who
After-
the fuck is this?
After
Right.
saying all of that, too, I'm like, Kyle's smart enough to do some shit like
Willing
that,
in
too.
30 more videos.
Fucking Kyle. Like, I don't know. I think that it's...
I don't even know.
I think
Kyle,
he's smart enough to do it.
But I don't
Like,
think it's Kyle.
I don't think it... I honestly don't think it's Kyle.
I'm gonna give him credit and say that I think that he's smart enough to do that, though.
I mean, that one video almost made you throw up.
I don't even know you had a TikTok. LOL. He's lying. It's like you
I
when
feel
you
like
message
he types
yourself.
different than this guy.
No.
Yeah. Let's do some
Like they
textual
talk
analysis
different.
on this.
Yeah.
No, because it's like when Wes fucking
Get rid of
talks to
detective
himself in the
mode.
Discord. He's got like a profile on his phone and then a profile on the computer, and he sits there and talks to himself in the Discord.
Yeah, you can do 3 because you can have the phone, the browser, and the app on the desktop. So then you can have 3 accounts just talking to each other.
And he just sits there and goes back and forth, and it's funny. Don't get me fucking wrong. So, and the last time with, who was it? Misha? What is your name on the other account?
Mira.
Mira. Yeah.
It's the dog from Silent Hill 2.
Oh. Yeah, see, I would have never fucking got that. But Mira, and like,
Dog from
there was a
Silent
point
Hill
where I
2.
was like, who the fuck is Mira? And then it took me way longer than I would like to admit to be like, oh, it's just Wes fucking with himself in the fucking Discord because he's bored.
Yeah.
Right now.
I have a fake rivalry with Mira. She's a bitch.
I swear to God, there was a point where I just like locked my phone, put my head down, and was like, "I'm a dumbass." I was like, "I'm just fucking dumb."
Yeah.
You can switch back off of that, by the way, Trey.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone have a phone number of is easy to find their TikTok?
Oh yeah, for sure.
But if he has a fake account and used a fake number, which again,
Yes.
Kyle is smart enough to do that, then we would never be able to find it.
Fucking Holden. Yeah, it was me. To answer your question.
Oh my God! But okay, so I'm not the only one.
Yeah, I do that a lot. Well, not as often as I used to, but I do get bored and I'll just be sitting there doing other shit. I'm like, all right, let me talk to myself for a bit.
I don't think Kyle has Wes's number. I have Kyle's number, but I don't think you have Kyle's
No,
number.
I just have him on social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't think it's Kyle, and also like if I go to that user's page, I don't think there's a phone number tied to it.
Yeah.
Or there has to be.
What?
There has to be.
Okay, you think I'm in on it? Are
See,
you
now
fucking
I
serious?
buy that. I buy that. I think you guys are colluding to fuck with me. I'm still in the Truman Show.
Bro, I'm baffled. I am so baffled right now that you think that
Baffled.
I think it's Austin. Okay, hold on. Hold on.
Just
Hold the
accusing you
fuck
now.
up. You think it's me? And okay, see, this is where you're deflecting, and so now you're trying to put it on me.
I almost want to play one of the videos so that we can be like, I don't think you, to be real, I don't think you would send me shit like that, and I don't think Kyle would either.
Do you
Like,
want to see my For You page? It's nothing but like TV shows nowadays,
Yeah.
or like skateboard tricks and like shit. Every now and again I'll get like a cool video, but it's mostly like replays of like TV or like clips of
No, I
TV shows because I
believe you.
fucked up my For You page.
Yeah.
Like,
Now that he's shifting blame, now I think it's him again. He tried to blame Austin. I'm like, what?
what if it's Wes? What if it's Wes on an alt account of his TikTok saying it to himself just like he does with Mira?
I will neither confirm nor deny. Can't trust me now.
Holy shit.
Nobody's ever.
Where's the X-Files fucking...
Fight Club. I was thinking like Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's good too. I love that theme.
It's such a good theme. Such a good theme.
Speaking of TikToks,
Speaking of TikTok, see, I felt that was a good transition.
I feel like that is a great transition, you fucking stalker. Whoever you are. I don't know who you are.
Yeah, thank you for the setup to that transition, stalker. It's not fair to call them a stalker. They're just infinitely online and chose me.
Infinitely
You're the
online.
chosen one. This one's just cool.
Ooh.
Just how quickly.
Yeah, that was so clean.
Just play it again.
You know, I know we
Yeah.
gotta play this
Yeah.
more than once. That was
Like,
so
no
fast.
comply out of it, dude.
Yeah.
Ollie in, no comply out. That shit's
That's
fucking
crazy.
fire, dude.
Almost lands that with both feet on the ollie still, too. Like, he takes his foot off last fucking second. Yeah.
Oh my
Wow.
god, you're right.
That's crazy.
Holy shit.
Wow. That was
Damn.
really clean.
Yeah, that's the reaction you should have, too.
Wes we just talked about this, Cody. Wes has an old Discord account, and that was Mira. He's got, I think, another one, too.
I will never tell.
He does, actually. I know for a fact he does.
You know, people buy houses for different reasons. I bought a house so I can do stupid shit like this.
What? Are you serious?
But that was cool, though. Like, I thought that you would appreciate that so much.
I liked it.
That's fucking cool. Like,
It's cool. You could change the tuning on it to
oh
get
yeah,
different.
yeah, that was cool.
That was neat.
That was neat.
Give me 5. On the side. In the butthole. It's not your birthday.
That's funny. It's not your birthday. You could probably turn the volume up a little bit on these.
Alright.
Yeah, I sent a couple. I only have 2. I thought this was funny.
Your mom does better chicks on the corner. Jesus Christ.
I just the other day was like talking to somebody and we were having something happen. And I was like, you know that meme of that little kid? It's like, Jesus Christ. And I'm like, you see how much the meme world has got into my own life, okay?
I don't remember what this one is.
Excuse me?
Oh.
Will you hold my phone so I can make a quick TikTok?
Oh,
Thank you
Jesus,
so much.
I love
Sorry,
this.
Recording and ready to go. Thank you, kind soul.
As the person holding the phone at the moment, what the fuck do you do after that? Like, what do you do after that?
This lady is fucking awesome.
I like how she fixes her.
It still falls off.
The fact that they got so scared. I would have just maybe moved a little bit. They screamed like she was a wild animal.
They maybe thought that she was. You don't know.
Yeah, I like that one.
Oh,
That one
shit.
got me.
She's awesome.
Yeah,
Wow.
go follow that person. It's such a good idea.
Because I've seen shit like that before where, like, this chick was like, hey, can you hold my phone for me real quick so I can, like, make a TikTok? And then the dude fucking holds it. And then she just, like, starts going, and the dude is just like, no. It just, like, stops the TikTok like, immediately.
Why?
He's directing it now. He's like, no, this is bad content. You can't put this out.
He's like, no, this is cringe. I won't be a part of this. You never said it would be cringe.
Right. That's what I'm. You took the offer. You gotta go through the whole thing.
You know, it's funny.
Page one rewrite on that.
Only an old white lady could have done that, though. Like, if a dude, like, he might have got beat up or went to jail or something.
Oh god.
I saw a clip of this dude. It was a black dude walking down like an alley, and I guess he was behind this white girl, and he had noticed that like she saw him coming. She walked around the corner and saw him, and then turned around, and he pulled out the camera and started recording. He was like, this bitch is afraid of me. Watch this, and just started chasing her. It was a little fucked up, but mostly funny.
I mean, but can we be real here though? Like, if any dude started running at me, I'm gonna start running away. Also, like, what the fuck? Like,
he took it as a racism thing because he was black, but he's like, this stupid bitch, watch, and he just started chasing.
Like, yeah, she's gonna start running. She might have already been a little bit afraid, whether you were black or not, like, as a dude in the first place.
Right.
You don't know what the fuck she's been through in her life, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then now you start chasing her. Fuck yeah, she's gonna run away. Like, what the fuck do you expect, dude? I'd be a little bit more concerned if she didn't run away. It's like, hey, oh, yeah, come attack me.
We should just try chasing somebody. See what happens. I should feel like
No, because I don't want to get shot. Like,
fair point. I
What
feel
the
like I'm not
fuck?
menacing enough for people to be like, who the fuck is this goofy motherfucker?
I think they would think that you were
Dude,
homeless.
If you put enough, you just gotta put enough into it, man. It doesn't matter what you look
That's
like.
true.
I don't
Do a
like
little
running.
bath salt first.
Yeah.
That'll bring it out of you.
I was cold when we first started this, and this always happens that we get into it and I start getting high. There's like, I can see on my on my glasses, like, I'm starting to sweat, and it's like, oh, these lights are so bright.
Sweaty boy.
Sweaty boy, sweaty balls. Sweaty balls should sponsor the podcast, even though we're not
Sweaty
golf
Balls?
people. Sweaty Balls is a golf ball company. Like, they make golf balls, and it's SCHWETTY balls.
Sweaty balls.
Sweaty balls. My dad had
That sounds like a
box
Rick and
of
Morty
them.
joke.
Right? It does.
It's an SNL skit. What are you talking about?
It's also a real.
It is a real.
There's one in Ohio.
Yep.
Like nearby, kind of. Fucking, they have blue ones too. Sweaty blue balls.
Sweaty blue balls.
Damn. So which was first, the skit or the?
It's a good question.
Oh yeah,
That's
that is a
very
good question. I would like to believe that somebody out there was smart enough to make sweaty balls, golf balls, before SNL came
Man,
up
that
with
just
it.
goes to show how unfunny SNL really is. Like,
Well-
it's just a real thing that they saw, and they're like,
Well, then also, like, could you actually make that after SNL made the joke about it?
I don't think they copyright their jokes. Yeah.
yeah,
You don't think so?
No.
they better not.
They produced the show way too fast to do that anyway. And it's like, I don't know.
I mean, I feel like, anybody would get their money any way that they fucking can.
It's hard to fucking.
Who watches SNL anymore?
Who? Yeah,
A lot of people, but not
I know.
most people
Yeah,
I
literally
know.
a lot.
I mean, yeah, if you're like fucking 50 and still
Yeah.
watch cable TV and it's the only thing that you can watch for comedy.
People
know.
who react to it on YouTube to like criticize it, that's who's watching it. They make like response videos to SNL and like this is why this is a bad joke.
And like, who fucking cares,
There's like
dude?
a whole industry on YouTube for that.
That's true. And no, Sam, I'm not coming at you because you wanted to watch the Jonas Brothers on SNL, even
Well,
though
that's
we
another
couldn't
reason to
actually
watch
watch.
it.
Yeah, yeah. No, okay. So there was an
What?
episode that just came out recently, where the Jonas Brothers were on, and Sam really likes the Jonas Brothers. So I was like, okay, well, you can get it on YouTube Premium, but I had to
watching?
I had to pay for it. Yeah, yeah. She just replied. That's hamster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so I was like, okay, it's only like $3. Like, I'll buy it. And then when I come over, like, I'll sign in my YouTube and we can watch it. So I did.
Yeah.
And we watched it. And them on YouTube, at least, them doing their live show was cut out of it. And then also the one skit that they were actually in for the episode was cut out of it also.
Why'd they cut the skit out?
And why did they cut the whole live show out?
I mean, I get maybe the music, but it doesn't make sense.
What do you
but
mean?
like,
What
if you're gonna cut something out,
I
for,
paid
like,
$3 for that shit,
oh
motherfucker.
yeah, especially when you pay for it.
I
Why the
paid
fuck
for
is
it.
cut out.
Why do I not get the full episode?
That's dumb.
What the and it was like 45 minutes long too. So it
You
was
gotta
like,
be there live. It's that good.
I guess so.
It's not that great.
The skit is from 1998 about sweaty balls. Okay, Trey, go to Google and look
Sweaty.
up sweaty balls, golf balls.
What's their oh, I had a thing for this.
Hmm?
Why are you?
Maybe that one doesn't work.
It worked before it. Maybe this app just sucks. Or did I turn my? That's why.
What is it doing? Whatever. What am I looking up?
Sweaty balls, golf balls. SCHWETTY balls. Golf balls. Founded. When was sweaty balls?
Okay, it has to be
I'm seeing
Kyle.
it with D's.
Because he just said to something else.
He just. Well, I didn't mean to press that. Well, la la la. Yeah, sent me a video. All right, let's see what this is.
Oh, but okay. Oh shit! Knocked over the fish tank too, dude.
Damn. All right, that's a fun one. I approve of that.
Kyle was like, "Here, let me send you one you can play on the show." What you got? Got anything? Yeah, that's it right there.
Right. And what am I trying to find out? When they began?
Oh yeah, like when they were founded. The golf ball site is EST 2007.
Okay, so when that episode
Right,
come out,
but-
I'm sure somebody's already done. Okay.
Empty
yeah, she
prod.
said 98.
Yeah, Empty Prod. They don't pay for the release to distribute the copyrighted music. They only pay for the performance. Ooh, okay, so.
Oh yeah. See, there's no way they're paying for copyright on jokes then.
But why didn't they fucking show the skit that they're in either?
Well, yeah. See, that's what I was saying. Is like I could think of reasons why you wouldn't show the show for like copyright and legal reasons, but the skit, it's like, do you have to pay for their appearance as well? And they didn't want to fork up that money extra when you distribute it across platforms.
Yeah, I guess.
It seems stingy.
Just because the site though is EST 2007 doesn't mean that they haven't been making shit before
I
then.
guess we could Google like which came
Right.
first.
That's what I looked up. I was like, how long has sweaty golf balls been around? And I don't get no straight answers.
I would
no
say
like
What was
Wikipedia.
first, SNL skit or sweaty balls?
Well, and Sam spelled it differently too.
Yeah.
Sam spelled it
Whoa.
SCHWEATY for the sweaty ball. So I wonder if SNL did it that way, and then these guys were like, "Oh, that's a fucking great golf ball company. We could definitely make that, but just change the A to another T, and do sweaty balls." I don't know.
We're doing research. We're doing serious research here.
Oh, thank you, Alex from Restream, for welcoming us to your community.
Cool. Oh, it's because I signed into the Restream.
Yeah, I know.
Yee.
Oh, they sent more. 3 more.
Gee, it's Kyle. He hasn't said anything too.
This looks
He
sketchy.
hasn't said anything in a minute. It depends on the band's writers / contract. It's crazy some of the specifics for musicians / appearances. I guess, yeah, true. But I wouldn't want to be like that's where it's like I don't want to be with anybody that has control over what I can and cannot like produce on whatever platform I want to with whoever I want to. Like if I'm gonna do my shit, I want to do my own shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, with celebs that big, though, that's not how it works.
He's lying. He says he's playing League.
I was going to say, likely story. That is what you would say.
What's it say up there? Wait, let me check the Discord. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. What is his status? You okay over there?
Just had a weird burp.
I heard.
It was gross.
Hey, it doesn't say he's playing anything.
Yeah. No, you're not.
Doesn't say he's playing anything.
Unless, I mean, he could have turned off his activity status, but why would you do that?
Yeah, why would you do that unless you're lying? Because then it would say that you're on TikTok. Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it?
I'm going to click on this profile and actually learn more about it. They have 65 followers. They're
Ooh.
following 122 people.
Okay.
18 likes total, and they only have 2 videos on their page.
What are the 2 videos?
One of them has 235 views.
Ooh.
What the fuck did you just throw at me, you little shit? What the fuck did you just throw at me?
Alright.
Oh god.
Let's see what the other one is.
He's trolling the fuck out of us right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fleer's calling me.
He's calling you?
Yeah. Hello.
I don't know. Can he hear you?
On?
Oh. Can
During
you?
my stream, I'm playing the video game.
Oh, he's showing you that he's
playing League of Legends.
Can you hear us?
Oh, I don't think he can hear us.
Yeah,
Oh, you can?
I can hear you through the stream.
Oh, you can't hear us in the Discord though?
No,
That's because my phone's plugged in.
How does he answer so
that's a
quick?
very weird delay. It's kind of tripping me out.
Fun. Gotta love lag.
Oh yeah, I guess.
All right, so I believe you. You are playing League, unless you
Wait,
just
no,
booted
how
this
far-
up.
That's not League. Or yeah, it is.
Team fight.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Hold on. I looked at it for a second. Yeah, it is.
It'd be better if it was you.
That doesn't mean that he can't be on his phone fucking doing this shit. He can still be doing that and be on his phone and
I'm
fucking...
watching the stream on my phone, so
He
It's
has an
definitely not this dude.
There's an answer for everything.
Ah, see that makes me want
That would
to
be a
believe that
lot of
it's-
effort for this little prank.
Yeah.
What is he, Batman?
Kyle would be the motherfucker to commit though. Like that's I'm giving him props on this, and he's still denying it.
And
I'm
I believe
like,
he deserves them.
That's where I'm kind of like, I don't think that it is him at this point now. I think that he's definitely being like chill about it. He's like, well, look, dude, it's not me. like, and hears me just being chill about it instead of like being like, no, dude, it's not fucking me, man, I swear. Yeah, no, he's just being chill about it. Fuck it.
Like I said, it'd be cooler if I see they're sending me videos as we're talking to Kyle.
Okay, so it's not Kyle.
It'd be better if it was Kyle though, because then at least I'd know who it is. Oh my God, there's more coming.
Okay, whoever this is, you need to let us know. Is it somebody? I just want to know if it's somebody that we know personally or if we don't know you.
Are you a threat to society?
Kyle left the call.
Are you a threat to society? I mean, I would sure fucking hope not. Please don't be a threat to society. Please don't hurt yourself or others. To anybody out there. The delay was making my head spin.
It's all good, buddy. I understand. We got to figure out a better way to do that. Because, like, the way there's probably some attachment or something where I can make that work.
No, all we need to do.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Uh-huh. Oh my God, I've received 100 messages today with Restream Chat. We just got like a
nice
Blue Sky Basement Society.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, indeed.
Also 3 weeks of Prozac. Oh, hell yeah.
Nice, dude.
How's that working out for you? Damn, we got 100 messages on the Restream Chat? Holy shit. Oh, off.
Hell yeah, dude.
Even better. I was on it for 2 years. I feel like...
Has it been 2 years already?
No fucking... Stop. Because I remember you getting on it.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah.
Same.
Oh, yeah. But that was right around the time... Yeah. Holy shit.
Dude, we're getting old.
God damn. I feel like that was like...
nothing.
Yeah. I feel like... God damn, dude.
That's crazy.
Alrighty.
Time.
I feel like that
Fucked
was like
up.
just a few months ago. Maybe not just a few months ago, but maybe not 2 years ago. I would have said like last year, not 2 years ago. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's fucking wild. Does not feel that long. What?
What? Oh, I was gonna look at what else you had to talk about because I was getting to an moment.
Oh, well, I can do that. But yeah, okay, so not Kyle, supposedly.
Bubble theory.
We don't have to talk about that. We already talked about it a little.
Oh, really?
I guess that was off mic, but I was just thinking more about how, like, last time I was talking about the idea that there was, like, a monoculture in media, and now it's, like, even when we were talking about bands and, like, the different, or, like, movies and TV where, like, everybody has their things that they watch. There's so many different places to watch it and shit.
Yeah.
Everybody has, like, their bubbles that feels like the big bubble, but it's actually a lot smaller than it feels like.
Yeah, they think everyone thinks their bubble's the main bubble.
Yeah. Everybody's, like, absolutely certain that everybody loves what they love. And if you don't, you're outside of that bubble, and that's a problem.
I don't think so because there's so many things that like it takes me like 6 to 8 months to get you to even try and watch it.
Yeah, because this is in a different bubble, dog.
I mean, yeah,
gotta
no,
break through
that's
the
what I'm saying. It takes me 6 to 8 months. It took me like, I think like a year and a half to get him to watch Letterkenny.
Oh, it was like an event when I finally did.
Yeah, dude, we popped champagne and everything, like
busted out the cigars.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, that shit was wild, bro.
We had a wild event just on him watching Letterkenny, and then he was like, "Okay, yeah, it is pretty good."
It was pretty good.
Yeah, and
I
I was
liked
like, I tried to tell you, and then like Peaky Blinders, I keep telling him to watch that, and he still has yet to watch that.
I'm not gonna lie.
And I think that he's like, I watched one thing that you asked me to watch you, and now I'm just gonna like forcefully not do it.
I can't watch a show I made fun of.
Yes, you can. Because no. Because he had it on fucking point without ever watching the fucking show, had like so much shit that was on point, and I'm like, now you have to watch it so that you can go back and be like you should go back and listen, or you probably still have the script that you wrote, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go back and read your script and then go watch the show, and then as it comes up, just be like, oh, I had that fucking spot on. Like, like you're gonna flip your lid, dude. I'm telling you.
It was nonsense though the whole time. Nonsense.
It was so much fun
It was
though.
fun. I need to do another one of those.
I still need to do the X-Files.
I'll just write it.
Do you like
Oh, that works.
It's Always Sunny?
Yeah, It's Always Sunny.
Compare Letterkenny to that. Is it that funny? I
I
love that show. I love It's Always Sunny.
love It's Always Sunny. The jokes are more rapid fire and it's a different kind of humor.
Okay.
Like it's not the here's a fucked up premise and here's how we're gonna make it funny. It's more like it's small town people up in Canada, and like it's just them riffing back and forth almost the entire episode.
It's
but there's
just
also
them being clever.
yeah, but there's also like a plot happening underneath all that, and there's like recurring themes and skits and shit.
Okay.
Thank you, Wes. Thank you, because I definitely, when he asked that question, you started to answer, I went and like puffed my chest, like I was ready to stop you at any moment, and you were like, it's not really comparable because it's just kind of different, and so like I can't really compare the two, you know, and I was like, oh, thank God.
I can compare them.
So Trailer Park Boys, but not as good. I wouldn't say that. I would say the same thing that Wes just said. It's a different type of humor than what the Trailer Park Boys is, even compared to like comparing Letterkenny to Trailer Park Boys to It's Always Sunny is completely different humors, and they're all different. So it's kind of like, what do you like? Like I've seen the Trailer Park Boys, I've seen It's Always Sunny, and I've watched a few episodes, couldn't really get into it, but I love Letterkenny, and then I've had people that are like, oh, I love Trailer Park Boys, but I don't really like Letterkenny. So it's like, it's all subjective, you know.
I agree with that though. The animated Trailer Park Boys is
There's
better
an
than,
animated series?
Yeah, it's better than the animated version of Letterkenny. Little Kenny. It's them like
Little Kenny.
as kids.
Agree to disagree.
I didn't like Little Kenny.
Agree to disagree.
I
Agree to disagree.
Try to get into
Agree.
Shorzy, and there's too much hockey shit.
Agree to disagree. I don't watch hockey. I have no fucking idea about hockey, but like, you figure it out.
I don't care about...
You fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
You fucking figure it out.
That's true. You figure it out.
Yeah. Fucking give your balls a tug. Okay.
Fucking embarrassing.
Yeah. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can learn the lingo. Like, listen to the context. Be a smart person. You're a smart person, Wes. You can figure it out, right?
No, it's still...
Okay,
It's
all
still
right,
Jared
that's all I'm saying.
Kiso. It's still the same fucking style of humor. It's still the same jokes and shit.
I just, you know...
Fuck hockey.
I do not give a shit about hockey.
Get the man of puppers. Who was Empty Prod 1?
Don't know.
Because whoever that is, I love you. That was awesome. But yeah, nah,
Welcome.
I have a. Oh, that's your sister?
Cool.
All right, well, I like your sister. Your sister's cool.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Bring the rest of your family. We need all the viewers.
Wait, slow down. Slow down, okay? Because
Whoops. I mean,
slow down, because I know for a fact there's one person that would not like this podcast at all. The significant other of this person might be cool with it, but the one person would probably not. Yeah, even Krista's like, no.
Chris knows.
So Krista is one of
Krista.
Yeah, is one of Sam's friends, and knows. It's a long
She's
time.
giving you all kinds of viewers, dude.
She has been, actually.
Followed us on Twitter too.
Yep, got us. Her sister Krista to watch us. Y'all are cool. He's right though on the fam. I told you. I told you.
I mean, yeah, no, I was definitely kidding.
There's always that one.
My whole family
member.
sucks.
Yeah. I don't want any of my mom's side of the family watching this fucking show.
Oh yeah.
But my dad's side of the family's cool.
You know, I don't know if I want really anybody from my family watching this show.
Right, I don't.
I say a lot of ridiculous fucking things on this show, and
I do sometimes
you know,
have moments where I'm like, ooh, I hope they didn't hear me say that. Hope they didn't get to that part of the episode.
I feel like you should have went like this. You know, I didn't said that. Hope they didn't hear me say that.
Yeah.
It's why I live in Louisiana. Oh, jeez. All right, don't trauma dump on me right now. It's the last thing I need at 11:30 at night.
Oh, Speaking of the last thing you need at 11:30 at night, so strip clubs. Back to my work.
Oh yeah.
Strip clubs. You know the way those work.
I don't. I've never been to one.
Well, so it's like a bar where like the last call's at 2, and then everybody's out by 4. That that type of thing.
I think it's crazy all the shit that I've done in my life, and I've still never been to a titty bar or a strip club.
You've never been to TD bar? TD Bank?
TD Bank. Oh yeah, we've been to TD Bank. Oh god.
The fun thing about being awake for that crowd coming out of there, though, when you work at a place that's right next to the strip club, is they come in for the ATM, and they do that throughout the night as well. So you just get a bunch of people who are just going to go get cash, and then I'll be like cleaning the drink area, and then there'll be dudes that walk by and just like they're drunk and they're going to get money and they're horned up, and they kind of like give me fuck me eyes as they go by.
It's just.
Wait.
God.
They go as they go by, and then you kind of see them go.
Like they snap out of it.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm so horny right now. I would fuck this dude because he's got long
I
hair.
swear to God, that's happened like 3 or 4 times, and I've only been there 3 weeks.
They're drunk enough, and you have long hair that they think that you're a chick, and so they like think for a second, and then they like their vision comes into play, and they're like, oh shit, fuck man.
Dudes, man.
Dudes, man.
We just suck, man. We just see some vague long hair and immediately like Jesus, dude, chill out.
Hey man, that's how the. Never mind. I'm gonna get us canceled. I swear to God, if I just don't stop.
They're like, hold on, I might not have to pull out money for this one. This one looks cheap.
Oh my God.
They're on their way to the ATM.
Oh,
Fucking-
Kyle said also the new-ish setup is so much better than the old one. The one at Austin's old place felt like found footage from Paranormal Activity. Oh yeah, no, it's a hell of a lot better. Thank you, dude.
For sure.
Anything that moves, again, yes.
Well, and it's not anything that moves, but it's never women. I never get
Speak
hit
for
on
yourself
by women.
there, bud.
I know, man.
It's always dudes that are like doing the lip biting at me, or like I've definitely had some gay dudes while I'm at the register that are like, "You free later?" I'm like, what do you mean by later?
I feel like this is why I can't work, something like that. Because if somebody was like, "You free later?" I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm off it."
Well, now I'm thinking about being a bartender.
Oh yeah.
Because I could make good tips depending on which bar I'm at.
Yeah, but you need to just be a little bit more outgoing there, bud.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm like, I put it on when I'm at work. Like,
oh yeah, you put it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put it on. Oh yeah, I did notice a little bit of it.
Fuck?
You putting it on.
You liked my tight little uniform?
Oh, I did actually. and your nice little hat. Oh yeah, I loved it.
I fucking hate that hat. they won't let me wear it backwards. I'm like, I can paint my nails black, but I can't put the hat on backwards.
She said, I was in clubs illegally for years. Dancers make great babysitters. Holy shit.
That's something I've noticed is that the dancers and the performers that come in, because they come in and get food and drinks and shit too, they're nicer than any of the fucking patrons. Like,
well, I mean, considering the job that they do.
Yeah, they're all cool as shit.
I would sure that they've dealt with a lot of bullshit, and they're like, I know what it's like. That's like, if you're a server and you get another server at a table, you can almost tell. You're like, oh, you've worked, like a restaurant job being a server before. Because at the end of it, first of all, you get a really good tip. Second of all your plates and shit are stacked at the edge of the table. The table's cleaned off, and like all you have to do is go up and like grab. Like they know what to do, and you're like, oh, you have either what's the word I'm looking for?
Experience?
No, like customer. What's it called when you work like front of house shit and like
customer service.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
When you've worked customer service, you can tell when you meet somebody that has also worked customer service, because they're always super fucking nice, because they know what it's like to go through fucking bullshit ass people.
Yeah.
Who are just rude as fuck.
Oh yeah, working a customer service job, you get all the different types of people, and sometimes they're crazy and irrational and yelling at you.
Yeah. Do you put it on or do you take it off? Wink, wink. Dude, I would have started throwing money at you if like if I was like, "What's up, Wes?" and you were like, "Oh, hey, dude," and just took off your shirt and just started fucking flinging it around.
I mean, to answer that question, it depends on if I'm naked already or not. Do you want me to put it on, or would you like to see me take it off?
I would like to see you take it off, for sure.
Did you think there's something sexy? We talked about porn the last episode.
Yeah.
Do you think there's something sexy about watching somebody get dressed?
Put it on.
Put it on
Put
for
it
me,
on like
baby.
a sweater.
I think it depends. I think for me, I think it depends. If it's gonna be something that's for me, and then afterwards, like I'm eventually gonna take
You
it
get
off.
to take it off?
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. Would love to watch you put it on, because then I know that like later on I'm gonna get to take it off. If I'm just watching you kind of like put on clothes, I'm like,
If she's got a fat ass, just trying to squeeze in them jeans.
that's
I mean,
yeah.
amen.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
That's yep. I
Insanely
can't,
skinny jeans are fun to watch people put on.
I can't say that my Instagram videos sometimes do not show the chick, like trying to pull up her fucking pants and her, and like I can't say that hasn't been a thing before.
Basically,
I will-
anything my wife does turn me on. Facts.
Right.
She chops my dick off. I'm like, oh, that was so hot.
He said basically, not everything.
Okay, well, I take it to the extreme. We know this. Come on. Jesus Christ. Why are you getting... Why am I on trial right now?
I don't know. Because you always are.
That is true. 100% true. It's because I say crazy shit. Who knows? Where was I last night? No idea. I couldn't tell you. The gust of wind my wife leaves behind me as she walks past me. Are you... Are you just talking about, like, she walks by and, like, you smell, like, maybe some perfume she put on or something? Or are you talking about she walks by and she, like, basically shit on you as she, like, crop dusted you as she walked by and you're just over here, like...
Why do you have to ruin it with a fart? I love ass, man. I try to not to remember that it does that.
But she poops from there. Not right now, she don't.
Alright. Show of hands. Who eats ass here?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm a grown-ass man.
I would if my wife wanted that, but she doesn't want that.
So show of hands. So all of us would eat
Yeah.
ass here. Okay,
Yeah.
I feel like that's a thing.
I'll eat whatever you put in front
It's
of
a
me.
new thing.
Oh, dude.
It's an our
Yes.
generation thing, I guess.
I mean maybe.
Because
No,
you know.
he said nah. I mean raise his hand.
Well, no, those were from earlier. It just happened to fit like that.
I mean,
Man. What do you think, Chad? You eat ass, you get your ass ate. What's going on?
yeah. I want to see what chat says about this. Like, would you, if because okay, for the men also, like, would you both? That's
What a
that's what
dog.
I'm trying to ask. Even for the men, would you still get your ass ate?
I want my ass eaten, but again, the wife isn't into it.
What about you, Trey?
Nah, I don't want my ass eaten.
No,
No.
really? Have you ever had it before?
No.
No.
So my ass is. I don't shave my ass. My ass is hairy. My ass is hairy.
Okay,
so
okay. So I
I
feel
don't
you.
want anyone to eat my ass.
I feel you on that. That's why I got the Manscaped. Shout out to Manscaped. Please sponsor the show.
No, it's alright. Just don't eat my ass.
Why are we
I don't
not
have
sponsored
to.
by Manscaped?
No.
Something about poop doesn't get me going.
No one needs
It's
to say anything
not about the
poop.
poop. It's nothing to do with poop.
You gotta clean your
Jesus.
asshole first.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's steps to that.
You
You
gotta clean
know.
your ass.
Although I can't say. Okay.
I don't know. Have you ever had a finger in your butt?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No.
No?
What?
Nope.
All right. Well, you gotta try that.
Come
Oh
here.
wait, yeah.
No, just
I have.
kidding.
I'm sorry, I'm lying. It was one time.
And did you like it?
It was fine. It doesn't do much for me.
Oh, I guess. Oh, okay, but it's in the sense of like, how much does a woman know what she's doing? Also,
That's
you know
exactly
what I
what I was
mean?
gonna say.
Yeah.
How much
no.
finger
It's
went in?
literally a
Yeah.
G spot.
Well, yeah.
How do you mess that
100
up? It's a button.
No, you can still mess it up. I mean, shit. I mean, you can fuck up hitting a woman's G-spot. I mean, come on, dude.
But that's where poop exits, brother. Can't get past that. I don't care how squeaky clean it is. Hey, man, it's a free country, man. You're allowed to feel that way.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the same argument I had about like when you get out of the shower and you've cleaned your ass and then you use the towel on your ass and then on your face. You're still putting ass on your face.
But that's where my argument was, where what gravity, water goes from the top down. So you wipe your face and your hair off first, and then you wipe your arms, and then your chest and your back, and then you go to your legs and everything like that, and then you hit your butt. Your butt should be the last. Your ass crack should be the last fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like, in my opinion, if you're using one towel, your ass crack should be the last. You should make sure the rest of your body is completely clean, and then your ass crack should be the rest of your body, like, or the last thing that you do.
Well, yeah, sure. No, I'm just saying if you were to have
And then
to wipe
sniff
your...
it and make sure it's clean.
I had this thought the other day, actually. Not sniffing my own ass, but I was like scratching behind my ear, and I just like mindly sniffed it after. I was like sitting in the car on my break, and I sniffed it. I was like, why did I do that?
Natural human instinct.
Hold on, can you say that again? Because I almost choked on my whiskey, and that was real tough to not do that.
You ever scratch behind your ear and then just like mindlessly sniff it?
Oh yeah, having like open ears and gauges and stuff, and then like scratching it, and then like, you know, I go like this or something with my nose, and then I smell it, and you're like,
oh well, not even like doing that. I was sitting in the car on my break, and I like scratched behind my ear, and I was just like. And I was like, wait, what? What am I doing?
Are you... Wait a minute. In the shower, are you not, like, scrubbing behind your ears?
No, of course. I just had an itch, and then just mindlessly was like, oh.
Well, why is it so fucking stinky?
I never said it was stinky. I just said that I had the reaction of, why did I do that?
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad smell. I kind of liked it.
I don't know. That's like... I feel like every dude, at some point in your life, scratches your balls, and then you sniff it.
Well, I mean, balls, I wasn't even gonna... That's a given.
Yeah.
We all smell our own balls.
I mean, yeah. You gotta know if they smell or not. I mean, come on.
Exactly. That's the check. You reach in there, you feel around a little bit, you
Right.
do the, like, wrinkle, and then you...
Especially if, like... especially if you know you're about to get some or something like that, you know? Like, you went out on a date, and then, like, you go home, and you, like, think you're about to get something or, you know, something like that. You're gonna do the little check. Not even let her know. You're gonna be like, I gotta go pee.
And then you go wash your balls in the sink.
If you need to, yes, if you need to, you know, you rub down there for a second, you know, like you're holding your dick to take a piss, and then you take your your ring finger or your pinky and just kind of like rub your balls real quick as you're taking a piss. And you kind of do a little.
Well, that's a new technique I didn't know about.
Oh, really? Well, there you go. You're welcome. Listen,
I don't know if I need
helping
that.
the world out, one thing at a time. Okay, you're welcome. Gotta go up the side crevice. Exactly, exactly. Cody knows what's up, okay? Cody knows what's up.
That is true. There's a little pocket there. That you
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's where you're, you know, putting your fingers and then, you know,
You
smelling
gotta
it.
scrub your asshole for a slightly extended period of time because it feels good.
Oh.
That's what I do.
Yep. I was also
Just like, that feels great.
Yeah.
And then I'm rubbing one off in the shower, and then, like, that's a whole thing. I don't know, man. I just try and focus on just, like, cleaning it. I don't know.
There needs to be a name for that, where you're like rubbing your asshole and jacking your dick at the same time. Like, I feel like there's some.
I feel like there's an Urban Dictionary fucking word for that.
It almost feels like woodworking to me. Like, there needs to be like some carpentry term for it.
I should have don't have the agility.
I wonder if that's the term for it. Like, if we looked it up on Urban Dictionary right now, it would be called woodworking.
Just putting some nails in while I'm doing the wood.
Oh, jeez. Nah, but scratching your balls is a different feeling. I mean, yeah. I think anything to do with your balls is a different feeling. Getting your balls licked. I mean, that's a. I feel like that's a. Not invasive. That's not the word.
That's an invasive
No,
species.
no.
All these
Pinch and roll.
Oh yeah, that's
peel and
yeah.
rake.
Yeah.
Peel and rake. Yeah. There's different techniques.
I do the aggressively rub.
Yeah.
I just rub it.
I feel like
go away.
Getting your balls licked is like an intimate moment, though. Like if that's the thing that happens, you're like, that's a very intimate moment that you have, and you're like,
My
oh
balls
my
are
God.
too sensitive to even be looked at.
I
don't even think about it. I will put you in a leg lock.
I feel you on that. I don't really like the ball play
Mm.
that much.
Ball's too sensitive, dude.
I can't imagine like the stuff they do in some of those videos where like
Catch
they
me
got the fucking
dead ass. I'm always like, yo, hey.
Well, no, okay, let yourself go, okay? Stop trying to be so masculine. Let yourself giggle a little bit, okay? It tickles a little bit.
I don't like
Let yourself be vulnerable. That's the word I was looking for. It's a very vulnerable situation if you're if with the balls. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's very vulnerable. Because I mean, same thing kind of with your dick too. Like, she could grab your balls and just fucking rip that shit off, like. And then
you would hope not.
I mean, well, yeah, you would hope not. But if she's being nice with them, you know, and like playing with them, that's a very vulnerable situation.
It's a different level of dude who's like hurt my balls, like that shit where it's like the step on my balls.
Yeah, I don't
beat my dick up.
I don't know.
Literally.
Yeah. No, I don't know anything about that, man.
That's intense.
The high heel stomping on the nuts, that's fucking wild, man.
Yeah, I don't.
It's definitely like a trust fall. What?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anybody like that likes that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
No, I don't. No.
I'm sure you don't.
No, I don't.
It doesn't sound like you do.
No. Mm-mm. When you got your balls in her mouth, it's like a trust fall.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
That is what I was gonna say though. I lick sure.
Hold on, wait a minute. I gotta. Hold on.
Well, lick sure, but
no, I just have to stop myself because I just realized that Sam's sister was in here.
Oh my god.
We went on this whole conversation.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Oops. I don't even remember how we got on this. But when they put the balls in the mouth, like actually like past the teeth in the mouth, or just one, I'm like, ow, that has to hurt. I don't like seeing it. I don't want it done to me.
Well, she said she liked the podcast, so
Until we started talking about that.
and then she was like, okay, I'm
and then we're like,
off,
let's
I'm
talk
clicking
about
off.
our balls.
I'm clicking up. And her best friend too. Oh fuck. Well, if you still like it after all the dumb shit that we've been talking about up to this point, then hey, cheers to you.
Yeah, sorry about our balls. At least
Sorry
you can't
about our
see
balls.
me.
Well,
you
maybe-
can't even imagine what my balls look like. They could be any shade, any wrinkle.
Okay,
You don't know.
okay.
Okay. Go on.
No, keep going. I like it.
I mean, if you can make it through this shit, you can make it through anything else that we're gonna say on the show. So, I mean,
I
shit.
promise we don't always talk about balls, but
No,
it's a
we
lot.
don't.
It is a
No,
lot,
we
though.
It's
not always,
Shit
but
just
there's a
goes
lot.
crazy sometimes here.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, so changing the subject though, because I did want to talk about one last thing before, because it was the last little thing that you had on your list. But gaming with streamers and the weird little pockets you find yourself in through that, and
Well, that wasn't the last thing on my list, but I
oh, I guess it's not. Yeah, you're right. There was one other thing.
Was
but
that
I
a
don't give
Meat
fuck about
Canyon
that.
reference, Cody?
Oh, I love Meat Canyon. Where's the?
You got a tight little man pussy, don't you?
Have you ever seen that video, dude?
Do you watch Meat Canyon?
No, I don't think
Oh,
so.
you need to watch fucking. Did you see the Chester Cheeto
Dude.
one?
I think so.
Oh,
The one where that was,
that
oh
one
my
was fucking
God.
traumatizing.
Oh my god, man.
He bites the tips of his Cheeto fingers off.
Dude, some of his videos are literally too much for me.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
Okay, so I don't think I want to.
No,
No, you have to.
You have to. He's
You
an
have to.
animator, and it's like nothing you ever see. It's
Yeah, he takes classic childhood cartoons, not even just childhood cartoons. He takes classic characters from anything, like Chester Cheetah, and
Yeah.
he just turns it like horror themed, and he's so good at it.
Is it the one
He's
where the?
so good at it?
Is it like one of the ones where like the Minecraft kid, like, goes into the Minecraft world?
No, I have no idea what that is, but no.
No, he
I
did-
don't even know what that is.
He
but
did
no.
one recently with the Charlie, Penguin Zero, Moist Critical, and the Sneeko drama, where like Sneeko was saying he was gonna show up with a gun or some shit on stream, or like referencing like going to shoot Charlie.
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh, is he the one that did the Tim the Tatman thing?
No.
And
maybe
fucking Tim the Tatman, XQC, and who's the other guy?
Well, so he made Charlie into like this fucking like Slender Man type being, and he shows up outside Sneeko's door, and Sneeko's being a little bitch about it, and it's all like animated and fucking hilarious. It's great.
Yes, I feel like that is the same person that did the other one I'm thinking about.
I'll tell you my 3 favorite. The first one I ever saw, the Ed, Edd n Eddy one, fucking awesome. Just because it's called Jawbreaker. It's fucking sweet. And then his Scooby-Doo one is only like 20 seconds long. Well, he's got 2 Scooby-Doo ones. The first one's only 20 seconds long, and it's just one line and a laugh track, and then it just zooms in on Scooby's. It's fucking awesome.
It's a sense of humor I think you'd like.
Yeah, it's...
All right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And then there's my third favorite is one with literally just a kid and his mom, and like she tells him, like he's like scared of the dark or something, and she just starts going off about how one day he's gonna die or something. Like, it's fucking nuts.
It's very dark.
Those are 3 great ones to start. Yeah, it's super dark, but
if you do know me,
you can
you
handle
know I
it.
love dark humor.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
First one I ever
Alright.
saw was like about the fucking current political landscape, and it was like all the faces of the bastards you know from politics, but it just exaggerated and distorted, and it was like the
Nice.
sense of humor with it, where it was like non-political but also just taking shots at everybody. It was
Right.
really good. It was really good.
All right. I'll check it out. Just send me something, and then I'll go from there.
Okay, I mean, passionately craft.
I actually don't know what that one is. Which one is Passion of the Craft?
We'll send you some links after the
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
McDonald's one is awesome.
Yeah.
I do like the last 2 points that because the gaming with streamers and the weird little pockets you find yourself in through that, and then productivity for society versus personal satisfaction and fulfillment.
So with the
That's
gaming,
pretty deep.
yeah.
I like both of those because I feel like I have some shit to talk about both of those.
Okay, well, so we'll start with the gaming with streamers one. I've been in more Twitch streamers chats lately. It's been kind of fun and interesting, but you find yourself in these like bubbles again, where like I've ran into different types of people, and there's even people that have like stopped by our stream from like me doing that.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I'm in some of their Discord servers, and like all the weird little dramas and stuff that go off, or like the weird pings that you get, and I had like it's very high, and I was
I gotta
just
sneeze. I told you I had to sneeze.
predicted it. Fucking where was it? Oh, I was sitting in my chair getting super baked and like participating in way too many things on too many different screens, and I was like, I so many different weird types of people and bots and scams and fucking.
Again.
Huh?
I gotta sneeze again, but this one might take a second. The other one was right on time. This one I was like, I gotta sneeze, and then it went away.
It got me thinking about like all the different like places where you are, the different cultures. It's like even on these different like corporate like Twitch, like it's run by a company. There's like all these little mini sub that all have like their in speak and fucking jokes and like I participate in Bargain Ben's stream a lot and in his chat, and then I'll leave that like with a raid, and I'll try to make some of the same jokes that I was making
With
like,
bargains, like
yeah,
group.
and then everybody over there is like, what? Like,
Yeah.
and then you're just like, oh, not at the same place. That's all of the fucking every single one that I've joined into. They've all got their own like little. Even us, it's like you got the banana thing. Like
Right.
there's
Oh yeah, I could have swore I seen somewhere there's like a new concept for online cultures. Basically, like they're separate from real cultures, like the internet ones are.
yeah, it feels different, and like you can experience so much in so little time.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah.
I mean, I don't have a whole lot on this point. It was just one of those things where I was like, wow, this is really weird.
See, I
Yeah.
didn't think that that's where you were going with it. I guess I kind of had like a different idea of what you were going with that, like, because for me, when I read that, like gaming with streamers and the weird little pockets you find yourself in through that, was kind of thinking more of like the friends that I've met and kind of like the pockets that you like get into with the certain games that you play and like who you kind of play certain games with, like, and how you play too. So like, as we've talked about before, like Logan was somebody who was like super toxic, so it was like fun to play with him every now and again, but then there was times where he was like super toxic all the time, and that wasn't as fun, you know.
Yeah.
And he's definitely gotten a lot better with it, but then like Wombi is somebody who like gets like super upset all the time when he's not doing good, and you're like, bro, just chill the fuck out, man. It's all right, like it's all good. Like you get into these like weird little pockets with people, and like how they play the game, and then you try and like, I guess try and help them have fun and enjoy it, and like, and then you know like who you're playing with and what you can and cannot do. Like, you know, some people I could play with where I could like kill you in the middle of the match, and then they'd be like, "Oh, dude, what the fuck?" You know, and have, you know, that was funny, whatever. And then some people I'd kill you in the middle of the match. They'd be like, "What the fuck, dude? Like, why the fuck did you do that?" Like, sort of thing. So it's like getting into those weird pockets of like how you play games with people or what games you play with people.
Yeah, I mean, on an individual level, that definitely happens too. I was thinking more like a social, like larger scale.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's happening. Is like maybe it's just me getting older, and we grew up with the internet. So like as it's become this over time, I've also gotten older, and like as a teen, I was very self-centered in my thinking, where it was like, I'm angry at the world. I loved fucking like Anonymous, that like hacker group.
Yeah.
I was like a rebellious fucking teen, but it was all about like, this sucks for me. Like,
Yeah.
the world is shitty. Like, and as I'm getting older, I'm like more and more, especially with my experience with the internet, is just like widening the scope and thinking about like from the individual level all the way up to how it affects people who don't even know what the fuck Twitch is. Like,
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't imagine having like what, like 27,000 people in my Twitch. Like, and you don't even pay attention to the chat at that
chat
point.
is insane too. Like if you watch some of the larger streamers' chats, sometimes there's just all fucking emojis, or there's like,
It's so quick. How the fuck do you even follow it?
Yeah, seriously.
Well,
I'll be watching a streamer occasionally, and I'm like, he'll respond to something, and I'm like, I didn't even see that go by. What are you talking about?
I can tell you why, actually. And I'm pretty sure that there's a program out there that like it'll switch it from like who your like big followers are, and it'll pull that out, and so like they can see, they're not seeing the full chat, they're just seeing like their like big people,
Most
that
dedicated followers.
yeah, that type of shit is my best guess, I would say. When you have that many people, there's no fucking, if you got 27,000 people in your stream and they're all talking at the same time, that shit's moving so quick, there's no way that you can see anything. But it's like they have something to where they can see like their most dedicated, or you know, certain people that they will actually see what they're saying, and the chat moves a lot slower for that way they can read those sort of things, because there's no fucking way, dude. Especially like my personal thought is like Shroud constantly has like 27,000, 20,000, somewhere in between there, sometimes more, up to like 50,000 people watching him. And there's no way that he can read that. And then every now and again, he'll like say something, and then somebody will respond to it, and he'll respond to them. And I'm like, how the fuck did you see that? I didn't even see that in the chat.
Yeah.
So how did you? There's got to be something that they have to where like, but he's also a partner, and I feel like becoming a partner, you have like maybe different settings and stuff that you can have where it's like you only see the follower only chat, but everybody can chat.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. It might be.
Either way, though, I still think it's like amazing that from people who get like 5 audience members to the fucking 50,000 plus audience members or people watching the stream, there's each one has like its own little in-group subculture going on, and something that's already a subculture like online streaming. And then beyond that, there's like what people make the jokes about people who Twitch stream, or like what they think it is. And then all the people who are like parts of these communities have jokes about people who are like out of touch boomer. Like,
yeah.
Like,
who have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you can experience so much in so little time, is hopping around like just on this one platform, or like Discord, or like all these different servers. You fucking... when I'm thinking about it as an older person now, it's so much to experience and to take in and be like, wow, this is... It constantly reminds me that, like, I could be wrong about lots of things, and people live their lives in different ways.
Will you hand that over to Trey, please?
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. To glory. On the battlefield.
And then each platform has like its own little fucking style of interacting. Like YouTube comments are their own type of thing versus other social media. And like those people, there's certain people who like live in the YouTube comments, and like that's what they do.
They just live there. Their address is there, or their house is there.
Basically, yeah, dude.
And that goes for every single like the fucking Twitter going the way it's going now, and the people who still use that platform. Like there's different levels of like I'm on here to watch the dumpster fire, and then there's people who are like I fully support everything that's happening. Like the different groups as it's dying is very funny.
I kind of agree with the I enjoy seeing everything that's happening.
Yeah,
Because I think, and even though a lot of it is fucking shit, but I think that censoring shit is bad in the first place for like certain things, you know, like as long as you're not attacking
Most things, honestly.
if you're not specifically attacking somebody, you know, but if you're like just putting out your opinion on things and then being able to have a constructive, you know, conversation about why you feel that way, that's cool to me. And I think that that's something that we as a society need to have and not be censoring a whole bunch of like dumb shit, I guess.
Yeah. No, and I think there's like different levels of that for sure.
Right.
Like there's like censorship.
I'm generalizing it.
Yeah,
for
sure. Well, I was gonna give an example of like censorship I'm fine with and censorship I'm not. Where like these smaller streamers, for example, that like we were talking about, where like they have rules for their chat. You say something that they don't like, they hold the right to be like, I don't want you here. Like you can be banned from the chat. That's censorship that I'm fine with. Because like they have a certain type of audience and culture and like vibe that they're trying to get. And maybe I don't agree with like all their views, but that's their choice to ban somebody. But then when it comes to like the shit that's going on in Florida with don't say gay bills, as they're calling them, and like book bannings and shit like that, then yeah, that's censorship I'm not cool with.
So okay, so I did see a photo, and I do want to get your opinion on this real quick. I did see a photo that had these two chicks that were like facing away from the camera, okay? And they're like sexy chicks that are in like fishnets, and they got like fat asses and shit. Okay, and they're like showing their
I'm on board.
Okay, yeah, you're on board right now. Okay, let me keep going. So, and they're holding this banner up that says "Fuck Biden," and there's a whole family, like a husband, a wife, and then like 4 or 5 kids that are all looking at the camera and going like this. And it was like, I think the caption on it was like, thank God it wasn't like a trans person or something like that. Like,
oh yeah, if it's
like, every part of what you just told me blew my mind. What are you talking about?
I
if
swear
it
to
said
God.
fuck Trump, then that side would be going fucking nuts about
Yeah,
grooming.
no,
but
but
it says fuck Biden.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's exactly what I'm saying, and that's exactly the point that they're bringing up is that like, yeah, you got these sexy chicks that are turned around to the camera, showing off their asses and holding up this banner that says "Fuck Biden," and then you got a family of kids, like little boys, like that are all, you know, flipping off the "Fuck Biden," you know, thing to the camera, and then the dad and the mom that are there, and then these hot ass chicks with their fucking fishnets and their asses out. And then you want to talk about grooming with like trans people, and like, so this is where I'm like, everybody just shut the fuck up, please. I just want everybody to shut the fuck up and just stay in your own fucking lane and just leave everybody else alone. Like, please fucking...
Anyone that gets their kids involved in it is fucking weird.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, I want to educate my child in what the world is and let them decide on what they want to do for sure. But I'm not going to, like, kind of implicate them to do what I believe in, you know? Like, I'm gonna try and educate you and give you information as much as I can, but when it comes to things like that, I'm not gonna be like, no, you have to be this way or not, or I'm not gonna love you, or I'm gonna beat you, or, you know, whatever. Like, not gonna be, and not saying that, you know, this family does that either, but I'm just saying, like, how can you be like, trans people are, you know, or not sorry, that one. What's the word I'm looking for?
They're like
We just said it.
a tiny portion of the population versus how many fucking crazy QAnon out fucking Trump supporters are there? Like, there's more of them than there are trans people. When you're like, they're doing all the crimes against our children, it's like, no, they're not at all.
But so
and
many
even when you
people-
point out like the few examples where that has actually happened, it's like, okay, let's talk about ratios. Do you guys know how math works?
No.
Statistics,
no,
please.
No, because you could even give them that, and they'd be like, yeah, but this small little ratio is still making a bigger impact than our ratio.
Well, because
that's even larger. It's not making enough of an impact. Obviously, don't you see that?
God said the queers make me uncomfortable.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And I'm like, there's no fucking way, dude. Like, there's no fucking way. You got me fucked up. And also, stay in your own fucking lane. If you don't like it, just go somewhere else. Walk the fuck away. And I get it, like, with the in schools thing, where it's like, they don't want, certain things or, like, put on their kids in schools that they don't agree with, and they don't want their kids to, like, learn about. Why'd you have a kid in the first place?
Well,
I mean, hold on, hold on.
Your kid is out there in the world. It's gonna learn about the world, dog.
That's my whole fucking point. Is that like, so what are you gonna do? Like, their entire lives, you're just gonna hide everything from them? Like, what the fuck do you expect? Do you think that they're not gonna learn about that there's other different religions also? You're just gonna like keep them in a basement and fucking all they know is Christianity or Catholicism or whatever the fuck? Like, I don't understand what their mindset is on this, where you don't want them to learn about it at all, but not knowing that eventually at some point they're going to learn about it. And don't you think that they're going to maybe somewhat resent you for not, like, or here's another thing too, they're going to be fucking assholes to those people.
Yeah, they lean into it.
Yeah, they lean into it, and they're going to be an asshole to those people,
Well,
instead of just being like
parent that wanted to keep them from that is going to probably enjoy that.
But here's the thing, though. If you're going to be like that, and they're, especially because this is, I feel like the majority of like Christian families and shit, and like where you're like religious in some way or shape or form, and you're like, oh, this is against God, and so now you are literally going against what it says in the Bible to like be an asshole to people in layman's terms.
Yeah, they don't think that though. They think
no, they don't.
It gives them the right to.
Yeah.
That shelter.
That shelter life, though.
I've been in a shelter.
That's why they teach Common Core math, so you don't understand math.
Like a homeless shelter? I've been in a homeless shelter for a couple months.
I mean, no, I just think that, like, the world is the world, and you can't hide from that, but just teach your kids and then let them decide on how they want to view the world. There was a lot of things that I got taught growing up that I have a completely different view on now, and because of the experiences that I had in my life, like especially with like addiction and stuff like that and drugs and stuff, and like what I think about drugs and shit like that, also with religion and and with people, and it's some of my own experiences that I've gone through that have helped me grow as a person, that have helped me see. But if you just shelter your kids and don't show them about the world or anything, and there's a lot of things that I went and searched out on my own too, like bestscore.com, like that definitely one of those things that fucking desensitized me as a kid. And nowadays it's like there's not much that you could show me that I'll be like, oh my god, that's fucking horrible. I'm just like, yeah, that shit happens.
Yeah.
That shit happens in the world. There's bad shit that happens in the world, and there's fucked up things that necessarily I don't agree with, or there's certain views between, me and somebody. But as long as you're not hurting yourself or hurting others, why the fuck do I care about what the fuck you're doing?
Can I get a little conspiratorial?
Yeah.
Well, so my current Discord status has become familiar with the term moral panics. They didn't end with the satanic panic. They're still around, and even more so than they were back in the day.
Ooh.
In that, like, I talked about this before on a previous episode. Where like
Moral panics.
I think
Yeah.
all the stuff that goes viral and then ends up like on Fox News and CNN, where it's like people are flipping out about it, like the Tide Pod thing that I talked about before. Like,
Oh
What,
yeah.
like 2 people ate it,
Yeah.
and everyone's like, "These kids are eating Tide Pods."
not a single teen died,
Yeah.
and like a handful were hospitalized, and it was really like old people and babies that were dying, because duh, but that's not what the media talked about. Like, I think all the stuff that like goes viral and people flip out about for a couple months or for years, like the trans thing, that's where I'm going with it, is like, I think like when you say separation of church and state, people really often misunderstand that, where it's like the state can't be giving you church stuff, but people who are religious are very political and have been since like Reagan. Like the country changed in the 50s and 60s up through the 80s, where it became very like the Christian right conservative group is the Republican Party now. That's like the dominant force.
Oh no, I definitely had to educate one of the kids like that I used to work with. He doesn't even work with us anymore because he was a dumbass and did some dumb shit and got himself fired. But he was like, "Oh, this trans shit is new," and like, I was
It's
like, "Dude,
new.
look back through fucking." I was like, "Did you not pay attention in school, or they didn't teach it? They don't teach it in school." But I was like, "Go back in fucking history and look. This is nothing fucking new."
History was so
It's just-
sexist that people who were in like old plays, it was men playing the women. like,
I mean,
Oh,
we've been
yeah.
cross-dressing forever.
like seriously, but beyond
People were so sexist that when they did a census, they only counted the men as people.
I mean, but now with the way that the medical field has gotten and being able to like actually, change, certain things and we can do surgeries and stuff like that. Yes, it's become more of a thing nowadays. But before, like, all they had was cross-dressing because we didn't have the medical, field to be able to do that. But if you look out throughout history of, like, cross-dressing and shit like that, of a lot of motherfuckers over a lot of different fucking places all over the world that would cross-dress and that, would do that sort of thing, it's been throughout fucking history. This is nothing fucking new. It's just because social media and the media that you watch and how you have watched the certain things that you have curated for yourself makes it seem like that.
The bubbles.
The bubbles, exactly what we talked about. Yes, the bubbles. And so he's like, "Oh my god, this is just a new thing," and like, all these people have mental illness. No, the fuck they don't. This is a thing that's been around for centuries, dude. Like,
Devil's
you
advocate.
you can look back through anything.
Devil's advocate, though, we're in a bubble, and this is why we think that
Yeah.
is what
I
those
like
people
it.
would say.
I like it. I like.
We only
yes.
believe those facts because that's the side we're already on, and that's what we agree with, and that's what the people that we like agree with.
I mean,
Is the devil's advocate argument?
but look through history.
Well, yeah, no. See, I facts don't care about your feelings. Oops, I Ben Shapiro. No, I there's definitely people who will like twist that logic, and I don't.
Yeah.
For sure. Like,
I mean, I
that's
definitely.
the problem with these types of conversations, though, is like people are in those bubbles and are on those sides, and it's really tough to convince somebody of something that like they're scared of.
I think it's because
the
we're
opposite.
in that transition period of where it was like, oh, we didn't have the medical like science to be able to actually like do those
For
sort
sure.
of
And
things.
you
So
get-
all they did was cross dress, and then that's all you had.
You get people
but
like
we happen to live in that period of time where they figured that shit out,
yeah.
and so now we're dealing with that being a thing.
Which is true, but then you have people like Matt Walsh, who's like, he works for the Daily Wire and is like hugely popular in that crowd and gets millions of views and shit. But
Yeah.
he'll blatantly lie on like Joe Rogan's podcast and be like, hundreds of thousands of teens are getting mastectomies at these hospitals, these liberal hospitals. They're cutting their titties off, and we should be fucking scared about it. And it's you actually like he gets called out on it a little bit by Jamie like during the show, and he's like, it's like under 1,000 per year, and then it's actually not teens. It's like people who are like about to turn 18 or like they're 18, 19, and like there was a medical reason that they had it done, or like it was gender affirming care for somebody who was of age.
So
you have these
a
people who are
vasectomy
like,
is people who like have their
Either one or both removed.
Or reduced.
Yeah. So he's
to bring.
He's hugely influential, and
I
is,
know
like,
somebody
saying
that has.
shit.
I know somebody that has thought about that. That's in my personal life. That has thought about that because it gives them back problems.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, I mean, even
yeah.
reductions. That's also part of like the anti-trans argument now. It's like they're
But
changing their
gonna-
titties.
They're gonna group that into there.
Yeah, of
because
course.
it's something that happened. But what was the reason why? There's not an implication of as to how they put that into that group. They're just like, no, this is.
Well, he was
this
talking
is
about
part
like a
of that.
very specific hospital too, because there was like a recent viral thing that happened on Twitter where there's an account called Libs of TikTok where they just make they just make fun of libs.
Libs.
Oh God.
So they retweet conservative videos or like libs looking stupid. Libs
getting owned.
But okay, so this goes back all the way into my whole argument that I've been talking about for fucking years, where we pin ourselves against each other, and then what does it cause? Nothing but fucking chaos. You have your conservatives and you have your liberals, and the majority of people that you end up talking to, and if you actually have a conversation, then you realize that you can come to a common sense between the two. But the media, the media makes it feel like you're either one or the other. And these people that really go into that, they feel like you're either one or the other, and they have to be that way.
It sucks that the division is so deep. It's like we're not separated by mere ideas. It's like there's a whole chasm between us, because it's like what some people believe just so happens to be very detrimental to the lives of some other people. And it's like, yeah, you think you're just saying something, you're just going about your day, but at the end of the line, no matter how you live your life, you have ramifications. And most of the time, it's the small voice people that are just saying, you know, the things you're doing, even though you're not intending to harm people, they harm people. And the people on the other side who are just living their lives, most of the time are too ignorant to see that, because if you're just living your life trying not to harm people, and people are yelling at you all the time saying you're hurting people, you're going to be like, bro, what are you talking about? I go to work, and I just go to work, you know? So, I don't have a solution for that. I'm literally just describing the problem that we all know we have.
Well, because you're going to work, like, I feel like this goes into your next, like...
It does.
Yeah, like, productivity for society versus personal satisfaction and fulfillment. And, like, you're, like, trying to be a productive person in society, just to, not also for yourself, but maybe, like, for, you know, me and Wes, who have fucking kids, and, like... trying to support our families and shit. Like, this is just what I have to do. But then, yeah, I work for an international construction company, and, like, there could be some environmentalist that could come at me one day and be like, you're fucking ruining the world and all this other shit. And I'm like, dude, I don't even have a high school diploma. I have a GED, okay? And I make really good money. Just, this was the only option I had to make this amount of money and still have benefits and everything, like, to be able to take care of my family. I'm just doing what the fuck I can. Like, I'm just doing what the fuck I can.
Yeah, part of the... I mean, words are really useful, but they're also insidious in where, like, you make those boxes by giving things labels, and, like, oftentimes those labels don't actually describe the person that you're throwing it at. Like, they'll be like libs of TikTok, or like the left and liberals gets like off, or like Democrats and the left are like the same word almost in the way like they get talked about. But if people who are actually like lefties, quote unquote, want way more than what the Democrats are doing and don't like most Democrats. Like, so when you're like the left wants not a party that has any actual power. Like the actual left, there's nobody who's like espousing those ideas that actually has any power right now, because the country has not gone that far to that side. They're so scared of the left, but like there's nobody actually doing what the left actually wants.
I heard someone say that the left used to represent the common people, but now they represent like small business, and the right represents big business.
I would say
no one represents people anymore.
Yeah, that's mostly accurate. I would say like that's what we would call liberals nowadays, is like, or even like what's the one party? Libertarians. That's them, where they want to protect private property and home ownership and businesses, and because those are the things that make money and make the world go round. without recognizing all the flaws in that system. And like
Yeah.
the actual left is like, no, we want like socialism. And we want like
We need to take care of the actual people that make up the country.
yeah. So when we hurl the labels around at each other, we're often like completely missing the point of the individual level. Like sure, you could describe a group that way, but when you're arguing with somebody, you can't describe them that way.
So is that also a thing with like constructive criticism also that people are not socially acceptable to, where like you don't want to hear like kind of the bad things of like here's what you're doing wrong and how it like affects society, and you're just like, no, I just want to fucking live my life, which I can understand too, where you're like, I'm just doing what I feel like is best for my morals and what I, feel like is right, and like, but nobody can come to the point of like kind of agree to disagree, but then like how do we work towards a point of a middle ground?
If somebody came into Sheets and was like yelling at me about food waste and the petrol industry, I'd be like, I agree with you. I hate how much food we throw away. I think gas is probably long-term bad for the environment. So when they're just immediately
but I gotta
mad
support my family,
Yeah.
you piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Unfortunately,
what,
we
you think
live
I
in-
want to work this job?
Right.
No, I don't. Okay.
I don't want to work at fucking Amazon. Are you kidding? I
mean-
feel like the biggest shill ever. Amazon.
I don't want to fucking work construction either. Like, that shit sucks, dude. The majority, like, I do meet a lot of really cool people, but, like, the majority of people that I work with are a lot of, like, older, like, don't really fuck it. I've had people come at me with a pair of Kleins, which are, like, clamps, basically, and for layman's terms. They're like clamps, and it was like, hey, do you want me to take those out of your lip?
What the fuck?
And it put them in my face.
Why?
That's so aggressive.
Because they're so old and they just don't fucking understand that, like, I like these. Like, it's a form of expression for me. I
Well, they're
enjoy
just
my
being weird
piercings.
and old.
And,
That's the big
yeah,
hit or miss thing with construction
I've
work.
literally knocked a pair of Kleins out of somebody's hands and was like, don't fucking do that to me. And was like this close to like, I get that you're 50, but I will knock you the fuck out right now. Like, literally had that moment. And what was great about that moment too was that he was like, I was just messing around. I apologize. And then after that point, we were cool. Everything was fine. Like, I joked around with him all the time. Everything was cool. I didn't realize, like, it was just the way that he had gone about it that made me, like, I felt like I had to stand up for myself in that moment. And then after that moment, like, we were cool. And I would still, like, I'd love to have a beer with that guy.
Usually,
you know?
after a moment like that, you're either cool or just enemies, because like with older people like that, they tend to respect you after you stand up for yourself. Unfortunately, it's like, it's annoying that I had to in the first place, but thanks.
I think we need to be more empathetic than judgmental, and it would solve a lot of issues. Empathy is a very great thing to have, but sadly I feel like nowadays you only get empathy if you've been through something. Like, I feel like all three of us, speaking from knowing you guys, have been through some shit. And so you get empathy. And now, like, we don't have, and let's look at history in the past, like, maybe 50 years. Where it was like, that wasn't really a thing. You didn't give a shit. Like, if you want to talk about sexism and shit like that, like,
you didn't know.
You didn't give a shit
you never
about.
saw them.
You didn't give a shit about what your wife thought either. It was like, I come home. Let's look at the past 50 years.
Yeah.
You didn't give. Or, well, actually, because 70
It's been a long time now, yeah.
You know, and you were like, back in the 1950s, you were like, oh, I work, I come home, and, my wife needs to have everything fucking done. And if not, I fucking smack her in the face. Why didn't you fucking vacuum the floor? Like, why didn't you do that shit? And take care of the kids and everything else. But it's also, nowadays, it's like, hey, I understand that, like, taking care of kids is a difficult thing to do. And especially now with, like, inflation, where it's like, both people have to work. We don't have the option of, like, only the husband can, unless you're making fucking $200K or above, and then still, even in that sense, you're still living in, like, a 2-bedroom townhome. Like, and that's it.
That's what I was gonna say though. Is like, that didn't go away. It just evolved. Like, it became a new thing because of the way life changed. Like, I don't mean to keep harping on the religion thing. Sorry to anybody who's Christian here and Republican. Although I doubt most of the chat is that.
I doubt it too.
That would be insane.
If you've made it this far.
Props.
But, like, those people don't necessarily lack empathy. It's the in-group, out-group thing again, where, like, what Trey said, where, like, they have empathy for the people who believe what they believe. And there's, like, the way life work changed. Like, now the women, wanted rights, and also it became, like, you had to work. Everybody has to work. And women getting rights ended up working in favor. The black people getting rights, like minorities getting rights, ended up working in favor of capitalism because more people are working and making more money for the economy. But like the religious right and like when you're talking about the past 70 years and how that took over that party, the only reason I'm harping on it is because this is like a historical thing that actually happened. Like, when that took over the party, there's a bunch of people who are, I would say, if you talk to them, like caring, compassionate people. It's just that they think that...
Good night, Cody.
They think that the way that you're doing things is going to lead to what God doesn't want, or like the goals that don't meet their view of the world, because that's what they believe. Yeah. It's not that they're discompassionate, it's that you're literally stopping their goals and what they've been taught.
Crazy.
Hold on. I do want to ask this. Krista said when I was a server, an old man grabbed my lip ring. It happened so fast. I was like, And so this is like a thing, like, if where I had a dude come up with a pair of Kleins and like tried to come at my lip ring, and then I just smacked that shit out of his hands. But as a woman, I don't, like, what do you do in that situation? Who did you, like, what do you do in that situation? You know what I mean? Like, that dude could follow you out to your car at the end of the day if you were to, like, fucking do some shit, and then the next thing you know, like, you're gone.
Well, that's what I mean by it's evolved, where, like, that difference between sexes and the way we view it didn't go away necessarily. Like, people obviously got more enlightened on it over time, but there's still like that persisting, like, oh, a woman did this to me. Even like if you're embarrassed by that, like as an older man, you're like, I can't believe that. Then you follow them out to the car and you do something violent. Like, as a woman, there's always the possibility that somebody's going to do something violent to you. Like, yeah, and that's the reason. Like, you would hope that he wouldn't do it, is because he's a good person, but also because, like, now there's women in the workforce and there's all these rules about, like, you know, HR. Like, oh yeah, you've seen the videos on the different things where you're like, well, duh.
Oh, but even like in my job, I had some women who like were just being touchy, you know, like talking to you and just like would like touch your arm and stuff like that, or like I was close with one of them and so like she would give me hugs and stuff and like. And I was fine with it. That was totally fine with me. Another dude saw that and called HR and said that she was like sexually harassed. Her and two other girls were like sexually harassing other people because he saw them giving like us hugs or like just, you know, talking to him and like, you know, having a chat or whatever, and then putting, you know, her hand on their shoulder or something like that, and then called HR and was like, they're sexually harassing them. And I was like, what the fuck is going on?
For you? Like, what?
Exactly. It didn't even happen to him. But
what a hero.
Fucking... No! Alright. No! Don't you think... I'm a grown-ass man, bro. Don't you think that if I had a problem with it, I would fucking call HR or do some shit about it? Or, let's be fucking real here, if I had a problem with it, I would smack her fucking hand away and be like, nah, don't fucking touch me. Like... I'm a grown-ass man. I can handle my own shit. Like, no. Why the fuck did somebody... Like, this is where, like, even in my line of work, where I feel like I can't even do shit. Do not touch me. Stay the fuck away from me. Like, certain people I'm okay with, but for the most part, I'm like... And I'll even tell them, too. I'm like, look, we're cool, but there's somebody else I could call, and then you could get in trouble for this. And I'm like... But, like, what Krista said... Like, if somebody came up and I'm decking you in the face immediately. If you just walk up to me, like, if another dude, which I guess if a chick walked up to me and grabbed my lip ring, and I don't know who the fuck
Doesn't
you
that shit
are.
hurt immediately?
Not so. Like I can fucking.
Oh, that. Ugh.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't hurt. I've had him for a while too, so like I've had him for years, so that doesn't hurt. But still, if some random chick walked up to me and grabbed my lip ring, fuck yeah, I'm gonna smack her hand away and be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, I don't know you. Now, if it's somebody that I know and they come up and like, you know, grab my lip ring and just kind of play with it, like whatever. It's not gonna bother me.
There's been times where some people have just touched my hair without asking, because I have dreads and I get it being curious and all. And when they ask, it's fine. But when they just reach up and touch, I'm like, yo, what am I, a fucking horse? Like, you can't just reach up and touch me, dog. What are you doing?
I mean, which I feel like is a thing. Like that's like a stereotype too. That like white people will walk up and just touch black people's hair. Like I've heard that's like a thing. Or like anybody else's hair, like not just black people, but they just feel like they're like, oh yeah, they can just go and like do that, and it's like, no.
I was standing on this boat one time coming back from Put-in-Bay. You ever been there? It's up in Lake Erie.
No,
it's awesome.
I don't think I have.
I was coming back from Put-in-Bay, standing on the ferry that was taking us back, and I just felt something on the back of my head. And I'm like, oh my god, is this fucking white boy behind me touching my fucking hair, and I don't even fucking know this dude. And I turn around, and there's a group of white people behind me, and they're all giggling and shit. And I didn't want to, like, I was there at my girlfriend's birthday, so I didn't want to, like, make a scene. So I just slowly poked his hair.
You were like,
how do you like it, motherfucker? Do you feel like a fucking barnyard animal?
That's the thing, that, like, when you're, this is kind of what I was talking about with the streamer thing, where I'm like, I enter these new communities, I'm curious about what the fuck's going on, I'm like, this is weird, I want to know more. And there's, like, a curiosity to that, where it's, like, a white person being super ignorant, like, what's that feel like? This is a thing that I haven't ran into very often. I don't know a lot of people with hair like that.
But you have to go about it the right way.
When they ask,
like,
it's fine. When they just say, can I touch? I'm like, yeah.
That's the empathy.
Fine.
That's the empathy thing, though.
Yeah,
Where,
yeah.
like,
That's all it takes.
You have to put yourself in the other person's shoes and be like, would they want this happening to them right now with no fucking warning? Like, people. That curiosity can be really bad.
Sam's sister said, like, we are conditioned as children to be judgmental right out the gate in school. They're not taught that other people have different circumstances, that they do so. It creates an elitist mentality.
I'm really glad you brought that up, because I wanted to respond to that message. It was a really good message. It got me thinking while you guys were talking, and I was like, at first I was like, I've never experienced that, but I literally have this super vivid memory back in 6th grade where my teacher had us, she took our grades, and then she was like mine at the time, I wasn't doing very well, I was like a D, and then she put a number next to it, like 20,000 per year, like that's what I was projected to make, and then she made us budget with that, with all the money. The A students, they were gonna make like 100,000 a year, so they got to spend whatever. But I was projected to make 20,000 a year, so I had to budget with that, and they just fucked me up, man. Like, I literally still think about that all the time. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna be a bum.
Way to really just boil it down to, like, school is to make you a productive member of the economy.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
And so opposite side of that, which I don't know how different it is, but I remember going from like a kind of like private school, I guess, which was like CATA, like Columbus Arts and Technology Academy, which is like right around here actually, and I went there until like mid 5th grade, and then I went to Liberty, which was like a Columbus City schools, and they were like way farther ahead in like math class. And I remember my one teacher like asking me a question and was like, why the fuck don't you know this?
Jesus.
Yeah. And I was like, I was in 5th grade. I was like, I don't know. Like,
why don't you know this?
Yeah, literally I remember her being like, why don't you know this? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I just have, like, I hadn't been taught that yet. Like
math is one of those subjects where if you miss like a little bit of it, the rest of it is built on that, so it doesn't make sense. So if you miss something, you're like, we skipped steps.
or it like the way that the school that I'd went to before didn't have the same criteria of how they taught.
Yeah.
And so I just hadn't gotten there yet. But then like within a public school, that was something that they had already taught and that kids should already know, and I just wasn't quite there. But I definitely remember like crying in class, and they were like, and she was like, why the fuck don't you know this? Like, and I had a lot of problems, and it was like me and maybe like one or two other white kids in this whole entire school. Like, and I definitely felt like out of place for sure. I definitely had a kid who lived down the street from, or not even down the street, bro. He lived like a few houses down, that played the drums, and his dad got him drums, and I fucking loved going over to his house, and he was super cool, and like I'd go over there and fucking he would let me jam and shit, and like that definitely helped out a lot.
Yeah,
like during
awesome.
those times, and I was like, oh fuck yeah. But yeah, Joe, no, she made me feel like a fucking idiot when she was like, why the fuck don't you know this? And I was like, I don't know. I'm just a fucking kid. What do you mean? Why the fuck don't I don't know like how the education system goes at fucking 5th grade. Like, what do you expect from me?
I've had quite a few moments in my life that made me I'll never forget for sure, and like they've like ever since those moments I've been like, okay, I will never think of myself as an intelligent person after experiencing that. Holy shit, that's crazy. Yeah.
I definitely, and I think that was like a point in my life where I like realized that don't try and act like you know what you know, and like it's okay to. I learned from that, not the bad situation of like don't try and act like you know something. Like if it's okay for you to be like you don't know a certain subject. If somebody brings something up and you don't know anything about it, it's okay for you to say like, no, don't do that. Because I cried a lot. Like that shit fucking hurt. And I learned from that where it was like, if I know about something, I can at least be like, yeah, hey, I know a little bit about this, but hey, I don't know that much. Like when I get talking about the car community, like I like cars. I enjoy cars. But when like Holden talks to me and he's like, oh, you know, like this certain car and this body style and all this. I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. But like, if you want to talk about a 1967 Ford Mustang, I know exactly what the fuck you're talking about. I know exactly how to pick it out because it's one of the cars that I fucking love. But anything beyond that, I mean, there's some things that I know and some things that I don't, and I'm able to be like, hey, I don't know about this. Just as in like layman's terms. But I've been able to be like that throughout my entire life. But hey, if you tell me about it or like just talk to me about it, I'm pretty sure I can learn it. Yeah. And it's like, cause she did that, and then after that I was like, okay, just give me a second, and I ended up learning whatever the fuck they were trying to teach at the time. I can't remember what the fuck it was.
No, at this point, if someone criticizes anything I'm doing, I'm like, either teach me how to do it better or shut the fuck up. Don't say nothing.
I mean, yeah.
I'm open to learning.
Yeah.
I'm 100%, and I'm not fucking dumb either. Like, I can most likely learn it, and I feel like all three of us can do the same shit.
On that elitism point, I sent a video in the Discord.
That's why my phone vibrated. My oldest was put into a class by parents' income. It's a public school. This is due to state funding according to the school. So the higher income kids only had 8 kids for 2 teachers, but the lower income class had 35 kids for 2 kids. Or for 2 teachers, I would assume.
Yeah. That's another thing, like class size to teacher ratio in the different communities. Like poor communities, they're overwhelmed with children in the classes. You can't possibly put the focus on the children that you need to.
No.
This fucking bitch on the elitism point and talking about like you get a certain amount of wealth or like your certain lifestyle, you grew up a certain way, and you just believe these other things. You have these inset like poor people are dirty.
Yeah.
Like. If we could show chat this too. I tried to find a video that was like short and just the lady and not like people talking over her.
Okay, so I see this already because I work for a corporate office, or I work for a construction company that's renovating a corporate office, and I feel like I've talked about this before too, that the corporate people will not even look at me. Like when you walk by, they like will
That's how it
glance
is
at
in
you.
Amazon.
Yeah.
They'll glance at you and then
don't-
like put their head down and shit. And I'm like,
Bro, they're like overseers. There's like catwalks where you can walk over, and they're just up there looking at us like we're ants in an ant farm. Like they never look at us as individuals. They're just looking at us as a mass, like scanning. I'm like, you guys.
oh, I'm just saying that
creeps.
they don't even want to look at us or like interact with us. And
Right.
like I've had people that like I have to like. You know how like when you're walking through crowds and you can see, you know, how somebody's walking and then you're like, you both notice each other and so you kind of like will go around each other, you know, whatever. No.
What do you mean they like go through you?
They will. If I don't move the fuck out of the way, then I'm going to run
Okay.
into them and
No,
then
that's
that's going to be,
insane.
it's, guess who's getting fired? Me. Because I ran into somebody. But like when you're in a normal setting, you know, people will like kind of walk around each other. Like you see that you're walking the same path, but like you'll be like, okay, I'm gonna step to the side a little bit and kind of get out of their way. Nah, dude, they'll just keep walking exactly where they're at, and they're like, you need to walk out of my way. Like I see that every single fucking day, and like I can see, and what's really funny though is that I make just about the same amount of money as a lot of people that work in there. Like, which is if they were to actually know that, but because I'm a construction worker, they just think I'm some fucking dirty construction worker that's making like $15 an hour or some shit like that. But no, nor even fucking close.
I fucking had something happen at Sheets.
I make double than that, bitch, and benefits. So suck my dick.
These fucking people showed up and were doing like burnouts in the parking lot, and they started yelling at another employee, calling her like a cunt and all sorts of shit. But they were like, "You work at a gas station. You should be ashamed of yourself." It was like, Jesus, you're doing burnouts in the parking lot.
Wait, what's up with the collateral? Why insult everyone?
Right.
If I was doing
Damn.
burnouts in the parking lot and then I saw somebody come out from Sheets, I'd be like, "You want to get in the car while I do a burnout? Like, you want to enjoy this too?"
We
Like,
had to
fuck
kick
it.
them out. But
Well, yeah, I know that they couldn't actually do that.
Just do burnouts in the parking lot.
piss too, dude.
All right.
You made me think about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I do want you to. Have you seen this bit before?
No.
I want you to see it because it does illustrate that point really well.
Should I get your blood boiling?
Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't make you angry, then you're her. Although she did come out and apologize, but I feel like that was because backlash and PR and covering her ass. It's crazy though, how deeply invested in whatever like. This is how I got to where I am. Like, even when we talk about, like, the experiences that made us who we are, and, like, that's why we feel this way about the world.
Yeah.
It's like, we're invested in that, because that's what happened. This lady's invested in, like, I got here because of what I do, and it's just, like, not taking into account any of the circumstances that allowed her to do that.
Or any of the people that fucking work for her that allow her to keep her position.
Yeah, exactly. How strongly she believes it to make a video and have that face while she's doing it. Like, the people believe a lot of crazy things, and this is just like, this is common. This is like CEOs of all companies. Don't even get me started on like the conspiracy shit and QAnon and how convicted people are of that, or like the religious right and all that shit again. But like, it goes all the way to just this.
This shit. She's disgusting. She denied everyone's budget, but she got a big old... How much was her budget? Or her budget, her bonus? That's what it was.
I want to say 68.2 or something fucking crazy.
Million?
I don't remember the exact
68
number.
million? Oh my god, that's insane.
I had it up a second ago. I'll find the number because it's fucking ridiculous.
Yo, I'm back. Yo, play that new Caleb Robertson yet? We can't play music on here, dude. We're gonna get
But
DMCA.
we can play that music.
Oh yeah.
It's fake.
Okay, so it was a rant about meeting the goal in March to focus on reaching a $26 million sales goal rather than whether they'll get bonuses. What was the number? I'll find it, but we can go ahead and play this. Oh, she received 3.9 million in incentive pay on top of her 1.1 million fixed salary. So like no matter what she does, she's guaranteed 1.1 million, and then she got a cool 3.9 on top of that. Knowing that she's making 5+ million. Watch this.
Questions came through about how can we stay motivated if we're not going to get a bonus? What can we do? What can we do? Some of them were nice and some of them were not so nice. So I'm going to address this head on. The most important thing we can do right now is focus on the things that we can control. None of us could have predicted COVID. None of us could have predicted supply chain. None of us could have predicted bank failures. But what we can do is stay in front of our customers, provide the best customer service we can, get our orders out our door, treat each other well, be kind, be respectful, focus on the future because it will be bright. It's not good to be in a situation we're in today, but we're not going to be here forever. It is going to get better. So lead by example, treat people well, talk to them, be kind, and get after it. Don't ask about what are we going to do if we don't get a bonus. Get the damn $26 million. Spend your time and your effort thinking about the $26 million we need and not thinking about what you're going to do if we don't get a bonus. All right? Can I get some commitment for that? I would appreciate that. I had an old boss who said to me one time, you can visit Pity City, but you can't live there. So people, leave Pity City. Let's get it done. Thank you. Have a great day.
So the sales,
None of us could have predicted COVID.
the sales goal for the company are more important than individual people's suffering, or like just their existence, or like their ability to pay their bills. Like we need that 26 million to continue profiting. Fuck your life.
Leave Pity City.
So do we want to talk about that company that we've already talked about before, where they went to a 4-day work week? The CEO of the company actually took a pay cut so they could start paying, like his employers like even more money, and like his company just like continued to fucking grow more and more. Like, what the fuck? No, people like incentives. When I'm teaching my child how to be potty trained, you know what I fucking give her? Skittles. I give her Skittles. That's what we do. Or we gave her some candy or something like that when she went to go potty. You give somebody an incentive, guess what? They're gonna want that. Yeah, I want a fucking bonus. Are you fucking kidding me? And no, I don't want a goddamn pizza party. What the fuck does that help me out with? No, I want a fucking bonus. Yes, we didn't predict the pandemic and you couldn't do that, but I'm still fucking working for you, so shouldn't I get something for me still working through the pandemic and doing my job to be able to help your fucking company continue to do what it needs to do? Why the fuck shouldn't I get something for that? We've talked about this plenty of times before, where it's like, I will take a pay cut. If I'm the CEO of a company, or like let's say this podcast becomes a thing that we made millions and millions of dollars on, and like I make $2 million a year, like off of just the fucking revenue. And then one of my workers makes, maybe like $80K a year or something like that. And they're like, hey man, I'm kind of struggling right now. Like, it would be nice if I could, get some help. Like, yeah, sure. Okay. What do you need? Like, I would gladly take it out of my fucking money to help you out. Like, why the fuck not? You are helping my company. You are helping my business. Why the fuck not? Why? I don't understand why that's so difficult. But it's because people are fucking greedy, and then people get into a lifestyle and they get fucking greedy, and that's where I kind of agree with you and you saying that, like, I only need this amount of money because it supports my lifestyle now. If I make any more than that, then I'm willing to help other people out.
Yeah,
I totally
as long
fucking
as I'm happy.
Yeah, as long as you're happy. And we have different definitions of like happiness, and I definitely agree. So like, but I get where you're coming from with that, But if we owned our own company though, that's a whole different story. I would want, if there's no way that your company is really going to fully succeed unless you're just pumping shit out. Where like with Amazon, where they're like, I want somebody to work for the company for like 3 years and then that's it, and then we want them to be gone because after 3 years you get complacent and then you're like, you don't really want to work for this company anymore. And they've done studies on it, and they've realized this, and so they're like, after 3 years, yeah, we want you to get the fuck out, like, basically.
Yeah.
And so they're just going to keep, racking people in as they can to, work there for, like, 3 years, and after that, they'll, like, either A, give them shit. How long have you worked for Amazon, bud?
3 years and 8 months.
And I feel like these past couple months, you've been like, they've been putting me on shitty fucking jobs and like all this other shit.
No, my jobs have been fine. It was they were sending me down the VRETs, and I hated it at first because it just wasn't my it wasn't my original department, and I wasn't familiar with it, and like they had kind of lied to me. They were like, "You want to go check out this new thing just for today, since we don't have anything anywhere for you to do today?" And I was like, sure. And I ended up being there like forever, and I was like, what the fuck is going? Are you trying to move me? You're trying to kick me out? But it turned out no, I was just being dramatic. So
okay. all right. Because I was just going off of your Facebook post on that shit. Okay, all right.
It was suspicious though.
Going off of what you were saying off of your Facebook post, I was like, that's a perfect example where they're like, we're gonna throw you into something that you don't fucking know at all, and then like don't want to do, and then just to get you to like leave after like 3 years basically. But that's like kind of been something that they do already, and like giving people, which is cool that they also like help out with your schooling and shit like that, but
Sure.
like
I mean, there's a lot.
Right, I like how you said sure, right? You're like, sure, but
when any company's making profit and they want to keep making profit, there's like some insidious, to use the word incentives again, where it's like, you don't think McDonald's knows that most of their employees are teens who are using it as a transitory job to make money while they're in school? Yeah. Like, no, they know that, and they take that into account, and they budget off of that, and they make profit off of that, and the whole debate over like raising the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour, the reason McDonald's is always in that conversation is because they're fucking lobbying against it. And then the media reports like, oh, they're leading the fucking charge because they realized like, well, this is better PR to actually do this. We can adjust the profit, and like what somebody in chat said, where like we'll cut it down, we'll remove a person, and we'll save money that way, and then we'll make people work harder and more.
Krista said so many people are on this no one wants to work kick, but huge corporations are cutting hours back, so these big corporations are saving money while one person is working hours alone stretched thin.
Yeah, exactly. Or even like the automation of things, which people are like way too scared of. Robots are going to take my job, but there is like companies do that where they're cutting costs in certain ways because of, I mean, tech is good, but also it all plays into this. Like,
well, that's where my dad was like, get into IT, dude.
Yeah.
Because even if the robots take over, they still need people to fucking program the robots or fix the robots. So there you go, bud.
Or get in the welding to build them.
Yeah. No, because they can build
the robots.
They can build.
robots.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it, dude. I hate to say it.
Make your own robot.
But I mean, I don't know. There's certain jobs like construction. Like right now, we don't have the technology to be able to build the shit that we build. Like when you talk about buildings and structures and shit like that. But eventually, could it get to that point?
Well,
yeah.
not even that, but culture is subject to change. Like, if it's cheaper, especially when it's profit driven, if it's cheaper to like 3D print a house and you can cost effectively move people in there, and society's like, I like this, then we might change the way we build things. Like,
oh yeah,
100%. Things aren't permanent. Like, it's often changing.
Yeah, that's where he's like, IT would be great because
yeah.
What does it take to build a 3D house? If you're gonna have a robot, you need somebody that takes care of the robot, that programs the robot, that like does all. I mean, programming and all that other shit, or maintenance in general, networking and all that other shit. Like, that's if we're going in that route, it's never gonna go away. That you're gonna need a human every now and again to like do maintenance on something.
What
so
about
like
the people that get left behind in that transition though? Like when Kamala Harris was like, we're gonna give all these oil workers tech degrees, or coal miners. It was coal miners.
Give them to them? Like, what do you mean?
She made a really bad point where she was like, you can learn about STEM instead, but they've been coal miners their entire fucking lives, and it's like, we're trying to transition to green energy. what do you do about all these coal miners? It was like, well, there's no empathy in that point. Like, you're not actually considering a solution for the people who are going to be stuck in that transition while we do that.
Yeah, some people spend their whole lives doing something and they never even get good at it. And you want them to try something else that's even harder?
Right.
Like, all right. Yeah, that's genius.
Kyle just said, I know a robot could never put together an IKEA desk. And I 100% agree with that because I have put together an IKEA desk before. And you know what? That would take so many algorithms that it would just blow the computer up. Even the computers we have today.
That's what I mean by, like, robots are never going to fully... Like, people are way too scared about that. Or, like,
the
way it gets talked
agree.
about is kind of dumb. But, humans are always going to be doing things that people do.
Okay, but hold on. Now, also, who's going to move the robots around to fucking do this shit also? Like, if it really came down to it, like, think about, like, a high-rise building. Okay, are you gonna have robots that move the robots around? Like, how far away are we from that?
The robots we have aren't that good right now.
No,
right?
they're not.
Walmart tried to do it. Amazon tried to do it.
Did you see that one AI robot that started doing, like, the menial task of, like, basically what, like, an Amazon worker would do of, like, pulling buckets and everything? And it started, like, you know, doing this menial task of, like, pulling product off of a shelf and then putting it on the belt and everything, and then after like 15 minutes or something like that, it just fucking shut itself down because it was like, fuck this shit.
like it committed suicide.
Yes, literally you can watch the video of this thing doing like the work for like, I don't know if it's 15 minutes or something, or 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, but like it does it for a certain amount of time.
Why did they make it sentient?
And then it's this AI thing that like literally is doing this menial fucking job, and it's an AI that's doing it, and then eventually it's just like, fuck this shit, and it just falls. It literally just falls over.
That's another thing about the capitalism point that I keep harping on is like, well, yeah, they market a certain way where it's like AI is like super intelligent, it's going to do all these things that make our lives easier, and we can have robots that do the menial task of humans, and then it's like, it's bullshit because it's a company trying to make profit.
They wanted to make an on-point Amazon worker, but they didn't have to program the constant despair. Like,
yeah. Or like with the Mark Zuckerberg metaverse thing, where like they pulled all their funding out of that because it's like nobody really wants this vision of your fucking tech.
No.
Yeah, it gets
the
way...
metaverse. What? We're not that cyberpunk yet, bro.
Yeah, it gets way oversold. And marketed that way, and then
give it a couple of decades when it's way better, cheaper, easier technology, and it's useful. What is it even for? People see it and they're like, why would I do that?
Yeah.
What would that make easier for anything in my life? Like,
it's not something that we're already doing that makes what we're already doing easier. It's like an add-on that's like, you can do it this way. Nobody wanted
that's
that.
Dumb.
Yeah.
That is the worst idea. He's fuck. He's definitely a reptile. Got lucky as fuck with Facebook.
Here, I'll send it.
And it wasn't even his.
I found it.
You found it?
Yep, I found it.
I'm sending a thing?
Yep. Send it right there.
Let's watch this robot kill itself.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, an AI experienced 15 minutes of wage slavery that immediately killed itself, determining it as its logical choice, is what happened. So I was right with the 15 minutes.
Trigger warning for robots that are feeling suicidal.
How is it gonna lag on us?
Yeah.
Why does it do that sometimes?
I don't know.
Very strange. It did it in front of a crowd of people.
So they were like, from what I can get from this is that they were trying. This is during a like, you know.
That was awesome.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
It was like an event where they were trying to show off, you know, like their AI, you know, thing.
Yeah.
And literally after 15 minutes of it doing this menial fucking task, it was like, fuck this shit, and just shut itself off.
I mean, I'm sure there's a more like coder, like this line of code conflicted with this one, and then it caused a system error, and the robot collapsed.
You
and shut.
think so? With the way that we've gotten to AI at this point, though,
It's not that smart. I promise you.
I understand that. I understand
It's
that
not
it's not that
sentient.
smart.
It's not.
It's
not. I promise you. Even ChatGPT, it's like as amazing as it is.
Go on, Susan.
It's
Where I've seen. It's funny. You always see both sides of an argument, but like I've seen people say that like the AI is kind of overhyped, and we've made leaps and strides, but we're still miles from actual sentient AI.
I mean, I feel that, but I still feel like where we're at with AI, that it could figure out that like, hey, this is a dumb fucking thing to do, and then it was just like, I don't want to do it anymore.
I think it's.
There's no way. I think that we are there.
No, I think it's.
I do.
Well, because like you hear the term neural networks, it's just trained off of what people have said, and like it runs like here's the best response to this thing. And when
Okay, so how many people work a menial fucking job like that after 15 minutes they're like, fuck this shit, I don't want to do this, but I have to. And then there's this AI that's like, oh shit, I have to do this for 15 minutes, and then they're just like, oh, I can just shut myself off. But we can't do that as humans, but this AI can.
It's a computer. I think there'd be a log file where it's like, here's what actually happened. I don't think
I would love to see the log file for that.
I don't think the robot was like, I hate this. As funny as that is, and I'd love to believe that.
Okay, so to be completely honest, that could necessarily be like, from that video, that could have been that robot doing that for like 10 hours straight, and then the battery finally dies and it just flops over.
It's a TikTok.
That could have.
TikTok.
We don't. I don't know. I don't know.
To respond to Empty, I'm totally willing to give up my humanity for some robot upgrades for some
cybernetic. Yeah, dude. Oh, dude.
Yeah, no, that sounds like, giving up your humanity. It sounds bad, but what if you're upgrading? What if you're becoming something better than humanity? Hey, humans are kind of overrated if you think about it. You ever looked at history? Constant bloodshed. Go ahead.
You know what I'm talking about. What's that one podcast that you showed me that I listened to like 15 times?
Oh, After the Revolution.
Okay, if you want to hear a really fucking great podcast, After the Revolution, look it up on Spotify. It's absolutely amazing. I've listened to it. I can't tell you how many fucking times.
It's also a book. You can get a hard copy.
Yes, it's so fucking good, but it's literally that, basically, of like later on in the future of like humans getting like artificial like attachments and shit like that, and you follow this one character that has like military grade like attachments,
secret program shit that he doesn't even know.
Oh god, and it's
what's it called?
After the Revolution.
After the Revolution, and I need to go back. I need to go back and listen to that shit, dude. Because
it's that, but funny.
It's
that, but funny.
It's funny and endearing, and like you care about the characters.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's actually so fucking good, dude. If there's anything that I could recommend to anybody that even likes cyberpunk shit, go listen to After the Revolution. It's so fucking good. So fucking good. Like you showed me that shit, and I've listened to it like 15 times just at work, and I'm like doing like menial task or whatever, and I would just put that podcast on and just listen to it, like, and I would, because they put out the series, and then at the end of the series they put out you could listen to it all in one take, and it's like I think like
it's a book as well.
10 hours or something like that.
I forget what the website that sells it is, but you can get it at any bookstore.
Toxic Father.
Hey, what's up, buddy? How's it going? I saw you were live earlier. I would have joined in, but we were getting set up for the podcast, and I had to pack all my stuff up, Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining in. But, I forget what the name of the press that sells the book is, but there's like a way you can buy it that supports the author even better. They get more of the money directly. But just look up Robert Evans After the Revolution if you're interested and want to check that out. It's really good. And it's not just the one character that you follow with like the cybernetic mods and shit. His name's Roland. You follow, I think, is it 3 or 4 different characters? There's the journalist who's like going into the war zone that meets the cybernetic guy with all the fucking upgrades and mods. And
it's like only an hour and 42 minutes.
And then there's somebody who like super believes in the Christian propaganda and like the political stuff, and joins like the religious front to fight back against the atheists and the commies and the socialists. It's not exactly that, but that's kind of how it reads. So you get like all these different perspectives and like them coming together and all meeting up at the end.
Interesting.
It's pretty good. It's pretty goddamn good. One of my favorite books I've read in a while.
There's no way that
That does sound cool.
I think it was like 3 hours.
no, it's like 12 hours long.
Oh, anyway.
It says an hour and 42, but I know that that's not the case.
Anyway, point being, you can listen to it audiobook or find it online somewhere.
Oh, that's fucking no, because there's episodes in here that are like an hour and 39 minutes, 33 minutes, 36 minutes, an hour and 20 minutes. Like, there's no way that the end. Why the fuck does it say that?
Maybe they made it so you have to buy the full audiobook now or something.
Maybe, actually, yeah. It's still saying that like all 23 chapters and the epilogue with minimal ad breaks.
Is that how much time you have left?
No, it's not, because I've listened to it. It's you can see like this one says how 11 minutes left on it.
Yeah.
And then this one is like I've listened to it.
Weird. I don't know.
I don't know why it says an hour and 40. It's not. It's like the whole book is like 10 to 12 hours long, something like that. And it's you can just go through on Spotify and listen to the whole thing. And I've done that multiple times, like literally multiple times. Because I was working like 10-hour shifts, and so I would just start it and then listen to the whole thing, and then I would go back the next day, like after my shift, and then go and listen to more of it until I got to like the end of it. It was
That's a feat to get this man to read a book. So listening to a book.
Oh god, it was so fucking. That should be a testament as to how good this fucking shit is. Like, it's so good.
Yeah, listening to a book is easy.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this fairy
Reading
tale
one?
retelling. Cyborgs are essentially looked down upon like they are trash. Ooh.
Detroit Become Human, but more like it's set in a war zone, and like there's if the United States is like take the current political landscape where people at each other's throats and just make that into a war. That's like the setting where like people are getting killed over there not being coffee in gas stations.
Damn.
And that's the state of the world, and there's like different factions of the U.S. that have divided, and Texas is like this whole big. They took over the entire South. Like,
Deus Ex Machina is like that.
yeah, it is kind of like Deus Ex Machina, but you actually end up caring about the people involved a lot more.
And also with like cyborgs, basically.
Oh yeah,
There's all kinds of cyborgs in Deus Ex, man. You're a cyborg, the main character.
You're a Tao.
You're dude.
All right, I think we're 3 hours and 2 minutes.
All right. Heard that.
I thought he was about to say something.
No.
Roll up your sleeves. Gonna really shake us up.
He's like, we're 3 hours into it. Okay, well, I got this to talk about. No, what I gotta talk about is like follow us on all of our social media and everything else. Our Instagram, Spotify, YouTube. I mean, we're going live on YouTube now, so you guys can hop in there. Blue Skies from the Basement. We got Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that shit. You can find us either at Blue Skies Pod or Blue Skies from the Basement. We also had Gmail at blueskiespodcast@gmail.com.
Yep.
I don't remember the phone number,
I don't
though.
either. Look in the description.
Yeah, if you want to like give us a text or leave a voicemail, the phone number will be down in the description. We changed it recently, and so we don't have it off the top of our head.
Well, because Google changed how that all worked,
Yeah.
and I ignored the email and missed out on being able to keep the number. It's my fault.
It's all right. It's all right. So we don't know, but it'll be down in the description. What else? We have merchandise out at tpublic.com/BSFTB.
Recently made a sale. Keep that up, y'all.
That was Sam.
Hell yeah.
Which said that they would help promote.
Oh, hell yeah.
With that.
Yeah, I still gotta. I've been talking about it for years now.
We should do a sexy calendar with our merch. We should buy some of our merch and then like do a sexy calendar.
Okay. Yeah.
Tell me that wouldn't be fun though.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can get Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can get him to do a little boudoir. Fucking.
We have photographer friends.
We have photographer friends.
That's pretty much all the things, though. You can find us on any social media. Just look up either Blue Skies Pod, Blue Skies in the Basement, or Blue Bsftb.
Blue Skies Pod, Blue Skies Podcast, or Blue Skies from the Basement. One of those three.
Yeah. And donate to the show.
Oh yeah, you can donate to the show at like hashtag Blue Skies Podcast, or I don't know what the Venmo shit is.
It's all Blue Skies Pod. So whatever you use, it's hit us up at Blue Skies Pod.
Yeah. And then you can also send us an email if you got like some crazy fucking story or something like that at blueskiespodcast@gmail.com. Or is it just Blue Skies Pod?
That's podcast.
Yeah. blueskiespodcast@gmail.com.
That's left over because that was one of the first things I ever made when we started this was the email account, because you needed an email to sign up for Podbean.
Oh, yeah. So blueskiespodcast@gmail.com. Leave us an email. And tell us some crazy fucking story that happened to you or something like that. We'll read it on the show. We won't give names away or anything like that. We'll just read the story, you know. But other than that, thank you guys so much for listening. It's been a great fucking episode. You guys know I love you guys, you know.
Absolutely. Love you too, buddy.
No, hell yeah. Trey's too much in his phone to even pay attention to the
Trey's
show
getting
right
ready
now.
for what's about to come.
I don't have a quote.
Never mind.
What's about to come is me. Another great episode of Blue Skies from the Basement, and we will see you later.
Peace.
Peace.